Whoops, forgot to mute. Okay, we're on YouTube this time. We're here on YouTube. Normally, I'm on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Shogun if you ain't watching that already. But yesterday we did a Cuphead live stream where we did push-ups every time I died on Cuphead. I'm still kind of salty. I went over 100, not gonna lie, but just gotta try to do better next time. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to get YouTube like have like somehow Twitch has it to where I can see like people that join and like the chat and all that. So I'm trying to figure that out. If I can't figure it out, it's fine. You know, it's not that big of a deal. Um, I wonder if I can just open the live stream and that would be the way I do it. I'm not sure if I want to start streaming on YouTube or if I want to stream on Twitch. I'm still a little torn because part of me wants to watch on YouTube. Shush, you don't get to talk. Um, Part of me wants to. Oh, well, you're almost home. Okay, so I can see the chat on like the side. All right, cool. All right, no biggie. There we go. All right. So we have a few things to watch today. Yeah, I just want to kind of do it on here just because I wanted to try to see what it was like over here, you know? Depending on how it goes on today's stream, I might stream on YouTube permanently or I might go back to Twitch. I mean, I'm hoping to stay on Twitch because even though they're going through something crazy right now, you know, I'm still hoping that they can get their act together. Okay. But we're gonna watch not Colleen's, sorry, little silly goose moment. We're gonna watch her apology. Because I was gonna watch it one day, but Mr. Elmo Skits right there, he told me, "Oh, wait until live stream." And I was gonna do it yesterday during the live stream, but I felt like that was a little bit out of place. So I thought, why not try here? So I'm not planning to turn anything from this live stream into a YouTube video. Everything here is gonna stay in the live stream. So if you're watching this, whether during or after the upload, you know, it's kind of like a little secret place, you know. So we have a few videos to watch. Let me just grab. Hey, 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 hey. Ah, you're spoiling it. Okay. So this is the first video we're gonna watch. Elmo sent this one to me. It's top numbers 1 through 10. I still got the push-up counter here. The hell am I doing? There we go. Top 10 numbers from 1 through 10. I'm hoping that number one is going to be, obviously, I hope it's going to be number five. Because number five is probably the best number. It's in the middle. It doesn't take up too much space when you use it. It's just nice, you know. Number 7 at 10 is crazy. And number 8 at 9. I mean, I thought we were hitting like four. Four is definitely number 10. Like four belongs to number 10. Four is one of the most useless numbers. It's an ugly number. It really don't go with anything. And honestly, who even likes four? Like, whoever said like it's rule of four? It's always rule of three, rule of two, rules of one. When have you ever heard someone go, "Yeah, I have four rules in this house"? Like, what? No one ever done that. That's fair. Okay. Wait, five is for four. What the fuck just? What just happened? How the hell did number three not make num? How did number three not make top 10 when there's only 10 on this list? I could have sworn number five got like five placements. You know what? It doesn't even matter. I don't. My brain can't handle this no more. Actually, I'm in the live stream. Goodbye, everybody. Stupid ass numbers. Goofy ass. Okay. Eventually I'll get tired of doing that. But not today. Okay. So now we have the actual crux of the I'm gonna say that one for last. So we have these are the videos we're gonna be watching, right? From beginning to end. We got the Colleen Ballinger apology video. I heard Smosh came back. So I wanted to see their first video back at Smosh, 'cause I was like a huge Smosh fan back in the day. And then this is something that me and Lake talked about earlier. That Bose, who was on Smosh Games, I believe, was either fired or quit. I don't know what happened. I wasn't watching at that time. The most hated commentary channel on YouTube, Sunny V2. You know, last time when I did the when I reacted to Sunny V2 video on Chris and his gender change or his whatever happened. A lot of people talking about how he missed on this one, and that was another big miss. So I'm interested to see that one. And this is another one that Elmo sent, Man in the Cave. I don't know if we're gonna get to that one today, because that is an hour and 14 minutes. I'm hoping to do a shorter stream today. Definitely save that for another time. So let's watch. Mrs. Lean, if you will. Where's the audio at? What the hell? Alright. Poop ass quality. 30, 60. Stop. Stop. Put me in 10K. Put me in 1080. Come on. Stop. So I know a little bit about what she did. I know like a good chunk of it. I don't know every little thing, but one second, y'all. Because we are 19 seconds in. I gotta figure something out. Give me 1 second. Colleen Ballinger. Uh, where's her YouTube channel at? Oh wait. This isn't her original video. Hold on. I wanna watch her video. I know. Hey. Stop. I know that's gonna sound weird because, you know, it's the exact same video, but I want to see it from the source. What? So she says, it's been a while since you see my face. First line, first opening moment. It's been 1 month. Colleen, it has been 1 month. It has not been long enough. We'll watch from the beginning. Again, only 1 month. But a lot of the things that she did have been proven with proof, right? It's been proven with tangible proof. No audio coming from the No! You're lying! You're lying, Elmo. Please tell me this is another Elmo L. Please. Come on. Come on. Come on. Cross your fingers. Wait, do you mean like the video I'm watching or like the like me? Because I hear me on here. Oh, damn. Damn. What? Hold on. We about to fix this right now. And y'all, you let me sit here and revel in that? Oh, damn. Luckily, that wasn't that long of a video, though. Let's check settings. Let's see if I can hear it through here. On Streamlabs, it's showing like. Wait, I gotta find a part while I'm talking. Yeah, why isn't it? This ain't boding well for YouTube right now. I know it's kind of my fault, but like still. Oh wait, I think I know why. Ah, no, this. If this works, it's actually my fault. I did the Nah. Maybe I'm tripping. Isn't it? This ain't boding well for YouTube right now. I know it's kind of my fault, but like still. If this works, y'all, if this
wait,
works,
I think I know why.
this is my fault completely.
no, this.
If this works, it's actually my fault. I did the Damn. Damn. 4K. Aha. That's me. That's me. You know, I can't. I try to blame YouTube. I can't do this. I just can't do it this time. So, okay. Basically, what just happened, if y'all don't know what she was talking about when I just started talking to myself like that, when I was crazy, she said that it's been a while since you've seen me. It's only been like a month. Okay, her last upload was a month ago. It wasn't that long ago, right? And I think this was like what? It wasn't even that. It was 2 weeks, because this came out 2 weeks ago, and their last video was a month ago. So really, okay, let's take it on top a third time. Like I said, rule of threes, third time's the charm. You're called it. Shut up.
Hey.
Hi.
It's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining to you. Right? You guys having fun? All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train.
Hit those chords a little too hard.
Tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past. Cause rumors look like facts. If you don't mind the gaps, I won't survive in the crash. But hey, at least you're having fun. Hi everyone.
S-Pops, what's up?
I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things. Even though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say, I recently realized that they never said that I couldn't sing what I want to say. So.
Give me 1 second, y'all. This is not a bit. What I'm about to do, I need to preface. God damn. Preface that this is not a bit. I'm not making fun of nobody. This is no shot at no one. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Remember, not a bit at all. I'm doing good. Now, I might not be doing good after what I'm about to do, but okay. Imagine if imagine if other YouTubers pulled this stunt when they get controversy. Okay? Like imagine, okay, let's say I'm a Minecraft YouTuber, all right? And let's say this is my apology, all right? We're following along with the story right now. So just imagine, right? Here. Imagine. Hey guys. I know it's been a while since you see my face. But there's some rumors about me going around that aren't really true. and I just wanted to talk about him. So yeah, I didn't touch them kids. I didn't sex them minors. That girl is lying. I never even seen her face. You know, like imagine YouTube. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. YouTube would be so much funnier if everyone was just given like a regulatory ukulele. And imagine Logan Paul. Imagine like I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. I'm not here asking you to forgive me. I'm just asking you to listen. I wanna swing from the chandeliers. Like I said, this isn't a bit. This is not a bit. This is not a joke. This was for a hypothetical. It was a hypothetical, and someone needed to say it, and I will be the catalyst for this conversation. I'm just being a catalyst for the convo. All right, someone had to bring it up, and I let that be me.
I am, and today I only want to talk about the facts. So I hope that you'll be willing to listen. Here we go.
You want to hear my best EDP? You want to? You hear my best EDP? Okay. All right, I'll bite. But here, give me one second. I really need to get my EDP character. I know that sounds weird to say out loud, but just let me cook again. You let me cook once, do it one more time. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, god damn. Hmm. Y'all, I'll be real with you. It's your boy. And this song's about a certain little cupcake. A cupcake that got me in a lot of hot water. Yeah. So just listen. I never sent her a picture of my shit. It was Photoshop for the biz. I just wanted a cupcake and they set me up. I was actually acting, and that's on the up and up. Mm. You know, sooner or later, these non-bits are gonna get me in a lot of hot water. And you know, half me don't want to do it because of that, but then another half of me is like, let it be. Who's gonna defend EDP? If you defend EDP, you're just as bad as that bit I made. I mean, not a bit. Not a bit. Remember that. It wasn't a bit. Okay? Let's keep in mind.
Many years ago, I used to message my fans, but not in a creepy way like a lot of you are trying to suggest. It was more of a loser kind of way, where I was just trying to be best.
You can see those the same.
It's kind of like when you go to like a family gathering, and there's a weird aunt there, keeps coming up to you and going like, "Hey girl, what's the tea?" And you're like, "Ugh." That was me, but in group chats with my fans. It was weird. I've been sharing my life online for over 15 years. I've poured my heart out to you, and because of that I feel like I'm talking to my friends, but in the beginning of my career, I didn't really understand that maybe there should be some boundaries there. There were times in the DMs when I would overshare details of my life, which was really weird of me. I haven't done that for years, you see, because I changed my behavior and I took accountability. But that's not very interesting, is it? So let's
Same thing. It's like, it's like, why did you have to sing it? Like she really sat there. Like she really sat there and was like, hmm, I'm in a lot of hot water. I need some way to tell everyone that this is wrong, that they're lying. They're lying on my name. I know. I'll write a song. Like, why? R. No, if R. Kelly did this shit, he would have been clean. He would have been clean almost instantly because he would have actually sung that shit. What? It's like she's singing and talking at the same. It's like a poem. Guys, I will admit to everything, but I changed. That is low key what she's saying.
Let's go on the toxic gossip train. The locomotive's fueled with hateful accusations. The toxic gossip train. Steamroll over someone's reputation. Toxic gossip train. Hop on board but close your eyes, otherwise you'll realize that the train is made of lies, and that person you despise maybe didn't deserve to die, but hey, at least you're having fun.
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie. If I did, if I never heard this song and like not this song, but if I never like knew about all the things she was doing, I didn't know about her, and I just heard the song, this shit kind of slapped. It giving me like old school Adventure Time Marceline songs. Like this is giving me like some like real old school like Cartoon Network Steve Universe type music. But with the connotation, this sounds crazy. And I should know, I was crazy once. They even locked me in a rubber room with rats. And rats drive me crazy. Like, this is really the apology of all time. This, it beats anything Logan Paul tried to apologize with. And I'm talking about Suicide Forest, it beats all that. This just takes the cake. This just rose to the top.
In all seriousness, I do think it's really important to hold people accountable for their mistakes. We should hope that everyone can learn from their mistakes and grow and change their behavior and be a better person. And this is something that I've always tried to do when I make mistakes.
She is really good.
Something that I will continue to try to do. What? Oh, you don't care? Okay.
That scared the fuck out of me. Oh my god. I thought she was talking to me for real. No. No, because that actually scared me. Why did she do it right then and there?
I've always tried to do when I make mistakes, and it's something that I will continue to try to do. What? Oh, you don't care? Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to take accountability, but that's not the point of your mob mentality, is it? No. Your goal is to ruin the life of the person you despise while you dramatize your lies and monetize their demise. Yeah. I feel like I can already hear the comments on this video. She's gaslighting, manipulating. Oh, she's a narcissist and a rat. I would never make a mistake like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that all of you are perfect, so please criticize me. Bring out the
I'm gonna say this once and never again. Okay, so if you're watching this right now in the live or you're watching this afterwards, you're probably gonna be the only people that ever hear me say this. Colleen, this is to you directly. You know what? Never mind. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not digging myself a deeper hole.
daggers made from your perfect past. And
Rebecca Sugar could never. Remember when Rebecca made like that black character for Steven Universe and it was like really bad looking, like really bad, like I'm talking about Mr. Popo level of bad, and she was like, oh yeah, my bad. And man, she came out with a song. I ain't gonna lie, as a black man, I would have been like, I would have turned that shit all the way up, bass boosted, and jammed out. Like she did that for us.
Little back. I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song. I know you wanted me to say that I was 100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take that route of admitting to lies and rumors that you made up for clout. Hey everybody, I found someone new.
Yeah, concrete,
She
yeah.
did some things that I do not like in her past. So everybody gather round, cause we're about to attack. But not based on facts, oh no. Your loaded lethal weapon is your fingers on the keys. You don't need any armor when you can hide behind a screen. So shoot me down quick, hit the click, and bam! My reputation's deceased.
Colleen. Can I call you Colleen? No? Okay, Colleen. We're 4 minutes in, and 53 seconds added to that. And so far, what you really have just told me, why did you need to do this? Why? I would have preferred a twit longer, something else, something that took it more serious. This does not feel serious at all. Am I the only one that feel that way? When's the Night Court cover dropping? I need a Living Tombstone, Five Nights at Freddy's variation of this immediately. I need this, but William Afton singing the song. That's what I need. Lies and Rumors is crazy when there's a 1 hour evidence. It goes longer than 1 hour. There's so many videos about her doing this with piles of evidence. Now I feel like what she's gonna do is she's gonna be like, "Oh, I was talking about other stuff that other people made up that were made up." But it's like, "Oh, if you're talking about that, then where's the where's the video for that? For this? For all the actual evidence?" Like, damn, Stephen Wonder could have seen. No, because it's like I think that there's nothing wrong with getting to know your fans. I think there's nothing wrong with talking to your fans. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think the problem came when she became a little too personal with her underage fans, like talking about her personal life, sending them items of clothing. I feel like that's where she went out of pocket. You should watch this one right now. There's one. Oh, I need to watch that. I need to watch that. Oh, that's right after this.
I also wanted to take a minute to talk about that girl Miranda sings. You know the one. Yeah, her. She's PG-13. It says that on my website, and it's always been that way. And that's why you won't find my videos on the YouTube Kids app. Anyway, I didn't realize it was.
Not gonna lie, I just meet Ryan Samir. I have no idea who this girl is. Do we need to do an entire Colleen Ballinger like documentary? Okay, show of hands. How many people in this live right now know what she did? Just I just need a quick I do or like a quick like emoji something. Because if a good majority of you guys don't know, we can watch a Colleen Ballinger documentary. This is a crazy face to leave off. Sky just talking. Yo, if Sky Does Minecraft came out with like a rap video to talk about all the shit that he was guilty for, we bump into that. We're gonna bump to it. He's still gonna be in the wrong, but we're gonna bump to it. You know what I mean? The meat grind moment of all time. Okay. We might.
My responsibility to decide what was appropriate for every kid to see. I've always relied on parents to decide if they're comfortable with their families watching my YouTube videos or coming to my live shows. Now, have I made some jokes in poor taste? Yes.
Fun fact for y'all. At these shows that she's talking about, she has this certain bit where she has underage people, not just once, for a few times, reach into her pants. I just have to say this, right? If a man did this shit, it would be insane. Yo, all the Minecraft YouTubers about to make songs in Minecraft. I know she did something to do with underage people, so I'm not sure what exactly. She did a lot of weird shit.
I made lots of dumb mistakes, yes. Am I sad that there are some fans who feel betrayed? Yes. But was my intention to manipulate? No.
Yes? Oh. I saw a little pattern going on.
My intention was, because it seems as though everyone's already decided on that.
I ain't gonna lie. When I seen the tapes of it, this was like years ago. I was like, it should have been me. I wish I knew this was going on. I would have saved every life. I would have hustled so hard to get a ticket. So hard. But I didn't. And now it's too late because I'm already above 18. And clearly that's not her demographic right now, so.
Let me tell you, it's not very fun to have millions of people all over the world call you the most vile, horrendous, disgusting, life-ruining words that a person can be called, in my opinion. It doesn't matter that these things aren't true. Everyone just believes that you are the type of person who manipulates and abuses children. So I just wanted to say that The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian.
You made a 10-minute video singing this goddamn song? Who are you, Kanye? The hell? You made a 10-minute song? Oh, brother.
Cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a
Accurate.
who didn't understand I shouldn't respond to fans, and I'm not a predator, even though a lot of you think so, because 5 years ago I made a fart joke.
I don't know. She's talking about this one. No, I imagine what her first walk is like. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to just put down that ukulele for me real quick. Yeah. Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you outside the camera? What the fuck was that? Were you about to post that? Come here, Colleen. I don't want to ever catch you doing this again. A goddamn song? They think you touching kids. You think you're R. Kelly? You think you're MJ? Stop it. Put it down. You're done. You're done. Matter of fact, give me your YouTube login. You're done. Yeah, and your Twitter and your Instagram. Hand it over. Like, someone has to be in her corner for this, bro. Like, whoever cheered her on through these moments does not have her best interest in mind. To be honest. Because if she was my friend and she was about to upload that and she let me know, I'm doing everything I can to stop this. Because this is not the way. Not the way.
So, even though I know this video won't change anyone's mind about me, I still felt it was important to come on here and defend myself a little.
You did a terrible job defending yourself.
And I also wanted to say that to anyone out there who has ever supported me in any capacity,
Oh, it's a key thing with
thank
Signal.
you.
I'm actually curious if these people think their apology videos will actually do something. I feel like those regular YouTube documentaries, you know, where they got the sad ass music and they're sitting in their living room and they got the chair and they're like, no, they always do this. They always do this verbatim. They turn on the camera. They make sure they leave the part where they turn the camera on. So they go click, and then they go to sit down. They sit down and go. This is gonna be one of the hardest videos I've ever had to make. There's a lot of things out there about me right now, and I don't really think they're true. Like those, okay, you gotta at least give them credit for acting. You gotta at least give them the credit for like trying. This not even an apology. It's a concert. I wouldn't be surprised she goes on tour after this. Break to you, colleen. When Disney villains break, yeah, it is the same as when they do that shit.
Thank you.
I wonder if she's a Disney adult.
What it's worth. I never had any bad intentions. But I do feel like shit.
That's good, I guess. Don't forget. Oh yeah, the tears. That's the seller. Only very few YouTubers can pull off the tears.
The toxic gas.
No, when Travis Scott had that fucking apology video, no, wait. Imagine Travis Scott, right? Imagine Travis Scott. Okay. Imagine I'm Travis Scott. Don't make any Travis Scott jokes, please. But just imagine. Yeah, so shout out the folks that, you know, passed away during, you know, the Astro World and their families and whatnot, man. Ooh. Ooh. Drowning in a sea of people. Ooh. Ooh, woo, woo. Like this whole live stream. This whole live stream is just bad. It's a bad look. With autotune, yeah. I wish I had my voice mods connected. I would have hit that shit.
Train, jogging down the tracks of misinformation. Toxic.
She be hitting that high note, I ain't gonna lie.
train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train. You tied me to the tracks and harassed me for my past. Rumors numbers look like facts when you don't mind the gaps. I won't survive in the crash, but hey.
You know what she strikes me as? She strikes me as the type of person that before this happened, she would have jumped on any bandwagon of hate towards anyone else without looking at any evidence. But the moment it came for her, that ukulele came off the shelf. It got dusted off, tuned, it was ready. Colleen Belgian, the Leave Your Kids With Me tour would go crazy. I think she has a child. She would sell more than a... No, but there was a lot of parents that, like, weirdly enough, would leave their kids with her. It's like, she's like the YouTube Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, that's Michael Jackson, and this is Colleen Ballinger. So, you know. Big old CB. The infamous...
Actually, you know,
I thought she was in the video.
I feel like maybe I should.
2 more minutes,
try
okay.
something. Seems
The
like
Babysitter's Club.
maybe you're confused about something. I don't know. Let me try to help. Sometimes people make a mistake, and it doesn't make them a horrible person. Whoa.
You know, Hitler made some mistakes. Now, I wonder, Colleen, do you consider him a horrible person? Let's try to get that answer from her, guys. Let's start this campaign.
Sometimes people can make a mistake.
Because she can hear us. That's why she's looking at us.
Person crazy, I know. Sometimes people can make a mistake, and you don't have to take that mistake. Oh no, and twist it up and
I need an entire
grind it
play
and add
of just
some
Colleen.
lies to it
And this whole story just has a
and
play.
rise it and stab it with knives and ruin a life and oh no. Sometimes people can make a mistake. It doesn't mean you gotta send them hate. Oh no. Sometimes people can make a mistake, and you can kindly let
Guys, you should all know that we all have a one get out of jail free card number. Where we do anything we want, and then we just gotta be like, hey, this is my first mistake, man. The cops would be like, really? Well, I mean, I guess that doesn't make you a bad guy, so... Just make sure to do better in the future, alright? Me standing behind the burning city, it's my first time. I didn't know. I didn't know I'd get arrested for burning an entire city down. Someone should have told me. What? Apologizing to...
them know and help them to grow. Sometimes people
What is it with niggas that can sing and children? Like, the parallels to this is crazy. Like, think about it. MJ, allegedly. R. Kelly, not allegedly, that shit's on cam. Colleen Ballinger, Scott is Minecraft technically could rap. He's technically us, and he could kind of sing. I mean, like, there's just a comparison. Hope we get the extended version by people who made Spider-Man Lotus. Now, you know, I'm surprised he wasn't in Spider-Verse. He would have really caught Miles instantly. Gotta be the greatest crossover. I killed 57 people, my truck, but sir, it's my first time. Bro, let me slide. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. It's because you killed 57, not 56.
And that mistake doesn't make them a terrible human. It just makes them a human.
Gwen tried to apologize to Miles. This shit would be hilarious. Cyrus got the rap going on. See? Everyone. Nah, I'm not everyone. Whoops. My bad. Almost. There's a lot of, you know, kid touchers that like to sing. They like to serenade. And that's probably how they get them. You know, they lure them in. They're like a siren. They allure them with their sweet tones and their beautiful whispers. And then they get close like, gotcha! Yeah, you know? That's how you get in that van. And that's how I imagine it never happened to me, but y'all stay safe. Sorry, I let your dad die for a can event. Would go hard on the sound cover. No, imagine. Imagine, like, a guy pull up in a van, right? He pulls in a van. And you're like your little kid playing, playing with your toys in the front yard or some bullshit, right? They pull up and like, oh, I won't let you go. And the kid is just like, what, what are these tunes? What are these sounds? This is beautiful. And then they're like, sir, is this you? And he's like, yeah, it's me. Actually, got a few more tapes in the back if you wanna listen. And the kid's like, well, yeah, that's like my 5-year-old mind cannot comprehend this beautiful melody. Well, let me see. I must see more. And that's just how it happened. Don't you be rapping? I do not be rapping. I don't know who told you that. There is no raps I have. There is no tracks of mine. I don't think you can, Big O. I can't rap. I cannot rap, cannot sing, can't do none of it. I am vocally stunted. I can barely talk sometimes, as you guys can see.
What do I know?
You know how to write a song
Fuck
for an
me,
apology.
right?
That's how you end it? I have to see these comments. These comments gotta be crazy. Like I handed her this, the most original apology I've ever seen. I had a feeling Colleen would come back, but do something like this. I never rapped once. Oh my god, EDP rap album? Crazy. This is going straight to the playlist. I have to see, is anyone siding with her? Is anyone like, I wonder, someone has to be siding with her. Because she still has some subscribers. She still has 3.3. Now, I'm assuming out of the 11 million that watch this, someone had to see it. Or someone had to like see it and say like, I'll stay subscribed. Oh, here it is. We found it. Colleen, be strong in who you are. We know your heart, and we can too see through the lies. This response was spot on, gutsy, and true. It's gotta be a bot account. This can't be real. When was this account made? 2014. Got me. I mean, it could still be a fake account. Hey, I heard you once, Johnny. Hear it again. I'm gonna find a more realistic looking account. You know what I mean? Curtis and V2 can rap. Oh, brother. I'm not gonna assume that people that are saying it's a bot agree with her. Because I also think it's a bot. Huh. Interesting. Imagine this in court, Your Honor. She drops some heat. Your Honor, my client will like to plead that shit was gas. Um, Here, I'm gonna try to find that SpongeBob AI one. Because that shit sounds hilarious. I've been getting into AI recently, like the AI tracks. Like, there's the one with Mordecai and SpongeBob singing Golden Hour. That shit's so good. Um, um, gee, I'm just gonna type in AI cover. They got Donald Trump singing this. Oh yeah, he is gonna need that. He just went to jail. I don't know what's going on with him. I have no idea. She's innocent. I can fix her. I can fix her. I'll take away her ukulele. Okay.
But sometimes people make a mistake, but then it doesn't make them a horrible person. And whoa.
My internet doesn't even want to play this shit. My internet doesn't even want to connect.
Sometimes people didn't make a mistake, and they're still a good person. Crazy I know sometimes people can make a mistake, and you don't have to take that mistake. Oh no, I thought I stood up and grind it and add some lies to it.
She is. She's a slightly attractive brunette. She can sing and play the ukulele. She's the brown-headed Taylor Swift. Ronnie, you gotta let her go for this one. My job here in Morgan and Morgan, hire me. Better call Psy, for real. Slightly being generous. She's not bad looking. Come on.
Pulverize it and stab it with knives and ruin a life and. But no, sometimes people they make a mistake.
I hate that. Maybe Mr. Krabs could sing it better. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself?
Hey, it's been a while since I saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took out a break.
I would rather her drop this
So why
than to
do you
drop
ever say
her
some
video.
things about me that are quite true? Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining to you, right? You guys having fun? All aboard the toxic gossip train.
You don't like big old eyes? I love big old eyes. She said the words. The other way, he was like,
information, the toxic gossip tray. You got one.
Why is he kinda hitting that?
Manipulation station, toxic gossip tray. Time it.
Okay. All right, we're done with that. We're finished with her. Or not really, because we got the Meat Canyon one. Should we watch the Meat Canyon one now, or should we watch it later? The end stream one. Yo, what's up, Devin? We just got done watching Colleen's apology, and then we watched Mr. Krabs. You're watching Peak. Only here can you watch this amount of Peak. Don't look at the channel. Don't look at the channel. You can only watch it here on this live stream. Don't look nowhere else. You know what? Fuck it. Let's watch it now. No need to break it up.
Hey, it's been a while since you've last seen my face. I haven't been doing too well, so I took a break. A lot of people are saying things about me that aren't quite true, so I thought I would make this song to clear all the air. All aboard! Logan Paul? Call.
The nigga himself pulled up. He pulled up himself. No.
Colleen, you don't have to apologize. You can vaguely take accountability, and that should be more than fine. People will use your demise to benefit themselves. Public perception can easily be changed. Just, sell some energy drinks or fight in a cage. Well, okay. Meat Canyon's new merch. I'm a part of the fucking problem. Meat Canyon's new merch. I gotta plug this in at some point.
I'm here to bargain. Okay? Take Colleen and then put her in the cage against Trisha Paytas. Now, I know what you're thinking. That shit is so unfair. Because obviously Trisha's going to win. Okay, let's be real. But let's change the rules a little bit. Colleen gets to wear brass knuckles, but Trisha gets to wear a little bit of chainmail. Nah, no, actually take that away. She don't get chainmail. That shit's OP. Colleen gets brass knuckles. And Trisha, she gets nothing. Wait, actually, yeah, is this whole thing an ad?
No way! James Charles, Jeffree Star, and Shane Dawson? Colleen, I've done some bad things too, but views are up, brand deals too. People forget, it's just a thing of the past. I swear I've done nothing with those cats. Don't worry, time heals the soul. Your misdeeds will only get old. Rebuild yourself and hit the sack.
I can't believe it.
Just don't forget to check all the people's IDs when you come back.
You gotta check the IDs. I'll certainly try to keep that in mind. Thank you all for helping me. This has been so refreshing to know that in just a short amount of time, no one will care. And that there's...
How about this? Okay, I have another bargain. We put every YouTuber with controversy in a cage. No. Fuck it. We put them on a battlefield. And we have them do a free-for-all Fortnite-style battle royale. And whoever wins, they get just clean slate. Completely clean. We act like nothing they did happen. Nothing. And I mean like everyone gets to go in. But you gotta duke it out. And I mean you gotta duke it out to like submission. You gotta like win. Scully Monica. Not gonna lie, Shane didn't do anything that bad. Yeah, I agree. I think Shane definitely did a lot. He just made edgy jokes. I mean, I don't know everything he did, but at least for like the stuff I seen from that podcast, I used to watch Shane back in the day. I obviously don't watch him like a lot more now, but that's because I don't really watch YouTube that often. But we put everyone in that cage, and whoever comes out, you're free. You earned your right. You fought through it. Mr. Beast, get me on the phone. We can make something happen, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. We can make it work.
awesome merch over at meatcanyon.store. Wow.
No, you can't go in unless you've done something. So you either go do something now. Actually, don't go do something now, because I feel like I can get pinned for that. So don't do anything. Don't do anything, okay? And if you do, I'm completely unreliable for what you do.
That's really cool. Oh, David and Sienna.
I forgot about her. Y'all, do y'all know what she did? She had, so I forgot exactly what she did, like, to make her have to apologize. But she did like some kind of interpreted dance as her apology. And that shit, when I tell you that shit was so weird, that shit was so, you thought this was weird, that was even weirder. Your thoughts on the Smosh reunion? I love it. I love the Smosh reunion. We got a Smosh video coming up. I love it. Oh, give you a sec. Okay, everyone, no talking. We're waiting for them to get back. But her, like, that dance apology was crazy. It was crazy. Like, I think what she did, I can't be wrong, so take it with a grain of salt. But what I believe she did was that she was at a party with she was like a TikToker with like her TikTok friends, and this one guy was like drunk and passed out, and like she sounded him, started kissing him and shit. It was weird. Like, I think like he said that he didn't like, he wasn't into her or something, and like she still did it anyway. But I meant like I was gonna get my place. Oh no, don't go get your place. Do not go get your place in that cage. You're fine. You know what we should do when we hit when we hit a good number of subs, we should just get a giant battle royale and just go all out. Obviously with like water guns, duh. Or maybe paintball guns. You know, when we get to a certain amount of subs, we're gonna do like a huge I'm Mr. Beast style in this. We're gonna get a big open field, and we'll have a big paintball battle royale with teams and everything, and there's gonna be like a huge cash prize. That's not gonna be for a while though.
Just give it time, Colleen, you won't go broke.
What did David Dobrik do?
Try some new platforms, Snapchat, TikTok, or Rumble. Just be sure to let the crocodile tears flow. Then head over to meatcanyon.store. 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 Meatcanyon.store.
I know.
Meatcanyon.
You know what? We'll make it better. You find the armor on the field. Just like Fortnite with shields, just like any other game with their armor, you gotta find it on the battlefield. That way there's like real world, like even like you start off with nothing. You have like a pickaxe. You can pickaxe someone. We can go all out with this. We can go all the way with this.
Well, looks like there's a bunch more people trying to get in here. I'll be seeing you real soon.
Meat Canyon's new merch. I'm a part of the fucking problem. Meat Canyon's new merch. I gotta plug this in at some point.
Okay. All right. So people like Shane. I think this is Jeffree Star, James Charles. Honestly, I think all these except for her are like longtime YouTubers. I think she's like a TikToker. I don't know what she does, to be honest. I already know some sites sell legit metal armor. Damn. I should have metal armor. But I don't know what everyone did, and they probably did a lot more than I just know of. I don't know what David Dobrik did. I don't know what he did, but apparently he did something. Okay, go to Meat Canyon merch .store or whatever the fuck the name is. I'm not getting paid by Meat Canyon, so you know I'm just here to steal his content and move on. But like I said, moving on. Moving on. We have the We Summon a Demon by Smosh. Now I put this on for me. I'm not gonna lie. I added this to the list for myself because I wanted to watch something, the new Smosh, like Ian and Anthony Smosh, just to see how much it really hits home for the old school Smosh. You know, it really hits home for that inner child that used to watch those food battles, and I played the food battle game. You know, really trying to relive that memory.
Shut up!
I don't know if you guys watched like back in the day not Guava Juice, Wasabi Productions, but they're also back.
Shut up!
Ian, guess what day it is?
Christmas?
No? Taylor Swift ticket day.
We might watch it.
Swift ticket day. Taylor Swift ticket day. Taylor.
You want to check my Discord? Like on Steam? You know what? We might depend on how we feel towards like after we get on all these other videos, because that's a longer video. So depending on how we feel about it, we can look. Reaction content is the most difficult content. Honestly, man, like I have to sit here and talk. What? I have to watch other people's content? I am truly the least fortunate person on this earth, honestly. I feel like if you don't make reaction content, you just don't understand what it's like. You know, you just, you know? It's great. You guys are hyping up this video. Let's check the Discord. Also, if you're not on the AIP Discord, make sure you join it. I also have my own Discord, but it's kind of dry, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm always on the AIP Discord. Let's see what Elmo said. He sent me a snippet of the stream that you're currently watching. Let's look at it, shall we? You just don't understand what it's like. You know, you just... Is Elmo live? Are you live? You know?
Yeah, I don't know how to move.
Are you live reacting to me, reacting to a video? You guys are hyping up this video. Let's check the Discord. Also, if you're not on the AIP Discord, make sure you join it. I also have my own Discord, but
He's gonna open it up. I know he's gonna open it.
This is the weirdest way to plug yourself. Let's see what Elmo said. He sent me a snippet of the stream that you are currently watching. Let's look at this, shall we?
Here it is. Here it is.
Don't understand what it's like. Is Elmo live? Are you live? What?
Live right now.
Are you live?
Watching you.
Reacting to me? Reacting to a video?
Yep, that's about it. And it's just what I'm doing.
Also, if you're not on the AIP Discord, what the hell? Why? This is the weirdest way to plug yourself. I agree with him. That is so weird. That's such a weird way to plug yourself. Oh my lord.
This is a great reaction.
Are you still live? Are you actually still live as we speak? Or how long have you been live? Did you just start? Wait, when did you start this? When we get to a certain amount of subs, we're gonna do like a huge pay. I'm missing all the way back then. All the way back. God damn! I was halfway through the Mr. Beast video. You said that at 7:57. What time is it? Okay. Elmo, I question your antics. All right. W plug, I guess. You got me.
Taylor Swift, take your day. Taylor Swift, take your day. What?
How are we gonna go now?
The dark arts.
This really is feeling like an old Smosh video.
Walmart.com.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going, Fox?
Step 1. Acquire human sacrifice.
Oh man, where are we gonna get a human to sacrifice?
Found a homeless guy. I heard homeless people
God
are
damn.
expendable because no one loves them.
Dude,
Damn.
that is incredibly offensive and problematic. They're called unhoused people.
Can I get some water?
Shut the up, sacrifice! Now let's go kill this guy.
Yo, I have a question. What would you need to have done to sacrifice someone? Like, what is a reasonable thing to sacrifice somebody over? Like, what? Like, if I was like, yo, I will give you whatever you want. You just got to sacrifice one person. What would that thing be? You know? I feel like me, I don't want to say nothing generic like fame or, you know, status or something like that. Litter? What do you mean litter? Like, you want more litter? You want to burn the world? You want to destroy the ozone layer? You want us to all die? No, because Elmo made me look up that before, and I refuse to look at it again. The Ultimate Glizzard. Arp. I would ask you what does that truly mean, but I feel like I won't like that answer. I feel like the answer wouldn't be good for TOS. I wonder if California is doing this for real because of the homeless situation. Theory. I wonder. I mean, Elmo. Do you think that this is what people are doing? Because I think it is. Also, can we talk about me and Devins? Let's talk about this. Because I feel like no one brought this up. Not a single person really brought this up. So I shall be, once again, I'll be the catalyst. Because, of course, I love being the catalyst. Where is it? Me and Devin had one beef video each. And that was it. You know what? That was 5 months ago. Oh my gosh. That was so long ago. You know, we should watch the I think Elmo did a video. I think Elmo did a video about this. Californians. Silly Californians living on that side of the United States. Yeah, you know what? Let's watch that video after this. I keep getting sidetracked, but that's fine.
Why are you guys doing this?
We need Taylor Swift tickets.
Oh, okay, yeah, I totally get that.
Do you think we should at least take the sack off his face before sacrificing?
I kind of want to see who's under the mask.
I'm gonna
Oddly
say
enough, I
no,
really want to know.
Just because if we take the sack off, then I'm gonna see his face, and if I see his face, then I'm gonna get too attached to him, and then I'm gonna feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad.
True.
Real.
Por favore, darci biglietti Taylor Swift. Mi piace scriviti.
Devin,
I'm sorry, I
what
didn't
beef could we possibly have anymore? It was squashed before it started. It was a singular beef. It was a single patty. When I move, I'll be streaming more. I want to start having some more Machiavellian big streams. I have like big ideas. I got big plans, but I cannot let you know because a hater will stop me. I cannot let you know my big plans because a hater will stop me. So stay tuned and you'll see them.
Understand that. Do you want to summon 2 Taylor Swift tickets? Or a demon?
What? When did I say anything about a demon?
Did you say summon semen?
Oh, no, I said demon.
Okay, Summoning demon.
No, wait, no.
Better than the other option, I guess.
Oh, good job, idiot. Now we're never gonna get Taylor Swift tickets.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we can get this demon to find us a Taylor Swift fan that has 2 tickets, and then we can torture
I
that
would
fan
summon a
into
demon.
giving us their tickets?
What?
I think it sounds like a pretty great idea. What the hell is going on? What is this place? Got one, just. I'll go get the torture device.
I like how they summon the shredder. Like, actually, the shredder. I heard Taylor. Okay, we're gonna just avoid that. They summon the actual shredder. Why does he have a knife? Just one.
This torture. Oh, no.
Hey, listen, man. If you just tell us where the tickets are, then we don't have to torture you.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you where I hid the tickets. You're actually not gonna believe this. I actually hide them in my.
What? You hide them in your what?
All right, who's ready to get tortured? Oh,
I forgot they
what
made a
the heck
movie.
Is this?
He's trying to tell me where he hides his tickets. He hides them in it.
Okay, I only summoned a demon 3 times. Okay, back to rule 3s, only 3 times. Okay, and 2 of those times I will say was justified. Okay, I was right. The opposing side was wrong. You know? And I will not elaborate any further. That would be my only statement on the topic.
His
His ass?
Yep, they're in his ass.
All right, we got 2 tickets from some guy's ass. To get access to exclusive bonus content and
Peak is back. It's back. It feels good, man. It feels good. Yeah, I actually want to watch the Elmo video because I haven't seen it in 5 months. Let's see. This is by the one and only Elmo Skits, YouTube sensation's very own.
Breaking news today as Samir Shogun of AIP and Devin Rucker start YouTube beef.
No, that's biased. He already started biased. Wait, why he put the least intimidating photo of me, but then have him chugging a drink? That makes me look so bad out of
Breaking news
context.
today as Samir Shogun of AIP and Devin Rucker start YouTube beef. It all started when Mr. Shogun shamelessly begged to have YouTube beef with someone.
You know what? I want a YouTuber to beef with. Anyone want to beef with me?
He was also quoted saying this while wearing a pickle suit.
I will wear a sports bra in the next Chris Chan video. That's my word. My word is my bond.
Devin
It's like reliving a nightmare. It's like reliving a terrible dream that you just can't get away from.
Rucker replied with a video of hate and slander. Some of the words you may hear may not be appropriate for all ages.
Watch his videos. You know, watch as many of them as you can. Like them. You know, share them to people. You know.
And I still can't believe he said that and thought that I would let that slide. I just can't believe it. I'm not trying to dig up any old wounds. I'm not trying to, open old wounds or whatever the fuck the quote is. But the fact that he said that he thought he was just gonna get away, like I was gonna take that line down, is insane. So you know what? Look. I need everyone that's watching this to go to his channel right now. He just reacted to the Mario movie. Go to his channel right now, watch it, and comment Yahoo. He'll never know it's us. We're lying in wait, y'all. I'm telling you, lying in wait.
Maybe get them more popular. Go to his channel. Subscribe.
As of today, Samir has responded in what some people are calling taking it too far.
I want you guys to go to his channel. It will be in the description. I want you guys to follow, watch some of his content, comment.
Chilling words. The community
I'm
also
gonna stop
wants to make
instigating.
sure their voice is heard as well. Some showing disdain, some showing support, but what everyone is really wondering is if this will stop before someone gets hurt. This has been Elmo with Trash News.
You know? Oops. Wait, I clicked it back. Wait. Okay. Next video we're watching is I'm finally talking about Smosh ex-employee. So this is someone like I think she was on Smosh Smosh Gaming. Her name is Bose, and I remember I used to see her in some videos when I used to watch Smosh here, and then I saw her in the thumbnails. And then earlier, Lake was telling me about it. He was like, yeah, you know, she's not there no more. And I didn't realize like a lot of the original Smosh cast like left, like the Jovenshire, Mari, all the OG like Smosh games. They all left their own channel, and she's just one of them. And she's the only video I could find that talked about why she's no longer her Smosh. So I kind of want to see that. I hope it's not a bunch of nothing, and I'm here for 28 minutes for no reason. But
Anthony Padilla bought Smosh. They lied.
Wait.
Lost their jobs effective immediately. They didn't let it die.
Wait. Back next piece. Okay. Just pray. Pray that works. Still suffering with this cold, y'all. Still dying.
Anthony Padilla bought Smosh. They lied. Lost their jobs effective
She
immediately.
does crime
They
content?
didn't
Ooh,
let it
that sounds
die.
interesting.
I gotta explain to y'all. This is some of the most gangster shit I ever heard about in my life, okay? Let me take you back to the beginning for you guys that don't
Whoa, what the fuck just happened? I got sent to 360 in like a heartbeat.
understand the lore.
Gonna take you back to the past.
Anthony Padilla is a kid that grew up in Sacramento, California. Anthony's talked before about having a lot of anxiety growing up. And on top of that, he had a lot of responsibilities in his home just to get things done so that everyone was okay. You can hear more about his back.
No offense, but I just want to know why you're not in Smosh. You know what I mean? Like, can we get like a chapter?
Story from
Can we
him.
get, like,
There's a couple videos where he talks about it. One thing that happens to Anthony when he's
remember when all those YouTubers used to do like that draw my life thing? Remember? Yo, how about this? When I hit 500, I'll do a draw my life thing. I'll bring back old YouTube.
younger is
Single-handedly.
he has to take a few weeks out of school when he gets sick. And during this time, and a little bit before that, he starts poking around the internet, making websites,
She worked for
creating
Smosh? I
digital
watched- yeah.
forums, coding things. And look, y'all know, for us anxious kids, what do we like to do? We like to sit on the internet, on our phone, in our little world where nothing can hurt me, and I'm just laying in bed on my phone. Anyways, he kind of retreats into the internet, and that's where he finds his peace, that's where he finds his skills and abilities and his confidence. So for a few years, Anthony's doing his thing, and he's running this website. It's called Smosh.com. It's an internet forum, and at first there was just a few
I'm not gonna lie, I don't need an entire breakdown on Smosh. You know, I kind of want to know why she's not a part of Smosh. This looks like this is where it gets into it. So we'll avoid.
more people, because it's
Sorry if I missed something that's like crucial to this. Let's bring back Cinnamon. You know what? How about this? Another call to action. Another call to action. All right. Right now, as we're recording this, we're at 403. Every time we hit like a quarter to 500, I would do one of these challenges. So like when we get to 425, I'll do the cinnamon challenge. When we get to 450, I'll do the ice bucket. When we get to 470, I'll do the Harlem Shake. And then 500, I feel like I just said I'll do something at 500, but whatever that is, I'll do it then. You know, a nice little fun, nice little fun, you know?
essentially they
You're
can
attached because I'm a
expand
good
this
son.
way
What did I
while
miss?
taking some
Not much.
of the load off of Ian and Anthony, and they still have a lot of creative control.
Stop with this rush
probably
E.
really helped Ian and Anthony take a little bit of a load off while they're expanding everything. But I mean, people were used to seeing Ian and Anthony for like 10 years on the channel, so when all these
Put it on record. Put it on tape. Matter of fact, clip this. No, however you do it on here. Snippet this. And my word, again, my word is my bond. I said it. It's going to happen. Okay? So 425 cinnamon challenge, 450 ice bucket challenge, 475 what was it? Was Harlem Shake, 500 I'll do insert other random bullshit thing here. But yes, I'm going to keep that. I said it out loud. I said it on stream. You all heard me say it. Got to do it.
new people come in, they're like, whoa, what is this? Now they add in Smosh Games, a whole other cast of people.
And apparently, Lake told me about this, but apparently this guy Flitz, He did some stuff. I don't know what he did, but he did something apparently. Something bad enough to where he's no longer a Smosh. That's what Lake told me. Now I might be on the hate train or the toxic train, whatever the fuck Colleen was calling that shit. I might be on it. Choo choo. But the Tide Pod challenge. How about instead of the Tide Pod challenge, I do that one challenge where you take like a whoa, wait. No. Don't say that in context. You take one of them toilet paper holders. Wait, where's the like you take that like the brown thing inside of this and like you try to drink a drink with it. I'll do that one. I'll do that. Hopefully, how about this? I just won't do anything that could potentially kill me almost instantaneously.
There I am, Gary. There I am. But you know, slowly the audience gets into it, and Smosh becomes one big family, and the views on Smosh go up. Defy Media is doing what they said that they would do. They created Smosh Pits, Smosh Games, L Smosh, Shut Up Cartoons. They expand into all of these other things. I mean, they even made like a mini TV show for them called Part Timers.
Yeah. Back when I used to watch Smosh, I think the last big thing I remember like from another channel besides like the main two was they had like Smosh Babies. I remember that. That was a weird time. Thank you, Arp. Arp, you've been on point where every time I said clip, you somehow was there to clip it. Like I remember even on Twitch, you used to always get the clips. But yes, that is the plan. We're doing it. It's right here in this live stream. So go rally,
with all of this
rally
expansion,
everyone together.
Ian and Anthony were sort of pushed
What about doing a shoey? What's a shoey?
out of certain decisions. Either they didn't really have a say at all, or they weren't being told about certain things that were happening on the channel. At one point, I think this is super messed up. This really just kind of like shows what Defy's goal was. Money.
Wonga!
They see another YouTuber creating a Kickstarter for a game that they were making, and they go to Ian and Anthony and they're like, hey, you guys should crowdsource a bunch of money from your fans so that we can make this video game and we can profit off of it. This turns into one of those decisions where Ian and Anthony, and bro, especially Anthony, that man has a big heart. He has a big heart. Every bad decision at Smosh just ripped into him personally, okay? So the pair's back is kind of up against the wall because even though they created this thing, it has slowly become not theirs.
You chug a beer out of a shoe. Well, I'm actually 20, so I cannot drink beer and or alcoholic beverages. Thank you, Elmo. Good way trying to support underage drinking. Everyone, boo Elmo right now. Not, you don't need to type it. Just say boo out loud. I'll know you say it. Yeah. 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 It was like 7 seconds more of that. I didn't have the energy for all that.
Looking them in the face and saying, why don't you go take some money from your fans and go put this game out? So they do the Kickstarter, but as the game is being developed, because they were raising money before they'd even developed the game,
Don't worry, January 29th, we can do a birthday stream. I feel like I'm not going to do nothing on my birthday, so we can do a birthday stream. About to head out, great stream. Okay, take care. The milk, I did just get milk. I could go get milk right now. And chug your orange juice fruitless. Oof. Oof. We might have, I think we have lemonade. But you, honestly, yeah. I can't drink, but I can go sign up for the war, you know?
Media was, Anthony has to go in and he's trying to fix certain things so that this product is good because he really cares what the fans think. Obviously, like this is his audience that he's cultivated since he was a teenager. And ultimately, he didn't even make $1 off of that game. Where did the money go? So there's a lot of strange decisions that Defy Media is making there. They're getting a lot of viewership. They're getting all this money from investors. Ian and Anthony's salaries are still exactly the same. The company hasn't gone public yet, and they're just...
So I said this like earlier. So you guys know AIP, right? You know, the successful, successful YouTube group that I'm a part of. If you don't know, you can go subscribe. It's in my channel section on my page. But I talked about this with Lake earlier before I got on stream. I was like, I don't think I could ever like do that, like have a parent company. Like, of course, that isn't like affiliated with us already. Like, I don't know if I can do that. Cause that's like kind of like it's like giving away your child. It's like giving away my my seed, and just hand it off to someone like, here, make it great. And, you know, I'll watch you make it great, and I'll be a part of it, but not really. I wouldn't be in charge. And then they just throw it to the mud. That would break me.
Slowly taking
Lemonade out of shoe.
everything
Stop trying to give me
away
the drink
from
out of
him,
a shoe, damn
while
it.
making bad decisions on top of it, while Ian and Anthony are still the face of the company. Now, this is where I come in. So back in Virginia, I'm sitting on my computer streaming on Twitch back in like 2015, 2016. I would just play League of Legends all the time, okay? Sometimes a little bit of Grand Theft Auto. And I'm streaming, I'm doing my thing. And at the time, I had a lot of like really crazy people on Twitch that were always trying to do inappropriate.
I want to wait until that message pop up on the stream. We'll wait. I got time. Shoot. Excuse me. There it is. Here. Where's chat box? Hey. Let me move it, damn it. There we go. You guys see this message, right? Where's my hand up? Oh, no! 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 Well, you can see... There's a chat down there, right? There's a chat underneath the video. You guys can just see what he said.
Stuff, trying to get my information, all this stuff. And so I get to this point where I have to keep working, but I have to tune out some things because I don't know how else to explain it. These people kept trying to scam me, okay? So one day I'm playing Grand Theft Auto and this man comes into my chat. This is a true story. And he's like, hello, Bose. I have been trying to contact you for the past few weeks. Please, please, please check your email, or do you have an alternate email that I can reach out to you on? And I'm sitting here playing Grand Theft Auto and I'm like, great, the scammers are back. It's funny. I think I like banned him from the channel or something.
My brother stole my PC and typed that. I'll let it pass this one time. I'll believe you this one time.
So this man, his name turns out to be Michael. He emails me again, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, what is this? Let me just give it a shot. So I end up setting a call with him, and I will never forget standing in my mother's bedroom in Virginia. I was living with my parents at the time, and looking at my phone, and I'm getting a call from, it said Beverly Hills, California. And I'm sitting here saying, Beverly Hills, California. Man, I'm like, how did they do this?
You know who else is in Virginia? Chris. Wait, that reminds me. Give me 1 second. We gotta pull back the veil. Pull back the veil real quick. Okay, so I don't have like a regular frame because like who has frames just lying around? But I do have this Rengoku like painted bullshit, right? And I was like, you know, it's gonna have the same effect, you know, but I don't think you'll be able to see it. But Shogun, I have the picture of Shogun Shu. I have like the little photo of Shogun Shu in there. See? Keep them framed. Because I lost them like maybe 2-3 times throughout this last like few months since I made them. No, I think it's been a year since I made them. Okay. Hide my secret background. Christine Weston, Ricardo Chandler, of course.
They must have spoofed the number. And I'm ready to go in on this fool, and I'm like, hello? And he sounds very professional. Sounds like a real person. So he tells me that he's casting
Would you guys take this?
this thing called Smosh Games, and he would love to talk to me and see if I'm interested. And I start to believe the phone call at this point. And he's like, well, basically, one of the big things that I need to ask you before we continue these conversations are, would you be willing to move out to Los Angeles to work this job? And I'm like, would I be willing to move to Los Angeles and play video games on a salary? I go through a series of auditions.
How's my show
They
doing?
ultimately
He's doing cool, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Having a turtle was a much cooler idea in my head until I had to take him for like 2 to 3 years. Because, you know, since I'm in my room most of the time, obviously, it's like I'm used to the way my room smells. But then when I leave, like when I go to like a trip or something and I come back, it's like that turtle smell just hits me like a truck, like a brick. It just woof. It's bad, man. And there's no like permanent solution for it. It's just like you just got to deal with it. You either deal with it where it's not that bad and then it builds up to where it gets worse, or you like, you know, you just suffer.
end up flying me out to Los Angeles to kind of test run things. I'm sure a lot of you guys can understand from my point of view. I'm just a kid playing video games literally in their parents' basement in Virginia. This is a dream to me. In fact, at the time, I don't think I realized how big of a deal it was. But looking back on it, it's
old
really,
was she when
really
this happened?
surreal. And
Did she
I
already
was
say?
honestly blessed with such an opportunity. So when I was there, I'm new, so I don't have a lot of information into the backstory of things. But when I was there, I remember seeing Anthony, and he was always thinking a lot. He always seemed very, very pensive because unbeknownst to me, they were preparing for him to leave Smosh. At this point, Anthony's trust.
I low-key want to ferret, but I know they stink like. And they also stay asleep for most of the day, so it's like, bro, will I even know you? Like, we're on 2 different time schedules.
In Defy Media has been completely shattered. I don't want to speculate about the conversations that Ian and Anthony were having behind the scenes, but ultimately there was a mismatch, and Anthony felt like his creative decision making in Smosh had been reduced to nothing by this company that had lied to them, and he wanted out. Understandable.
Yo, I saw my entire YouTube channel flash before my eyes. I thought I just about to see I thought I was on Live League. I thought I was about to see something crazy. Oh my lord. Second time I got scared this stream.
So now back to me for a second.
And
So
hide in the
I
house?
move out to Los Angeles, okay? I fly out with one bag and the shirt on my back. I'm not kidding. Y'all know when people be telling them stories, it's true. That's exactly what happened. And it was really dope because here I am about to start this brand new life. Like, I don't know, it was really exciting. We're playing video games, we're making videos, we're doing live streams, and you know, unbeknownst to me, the energy between the entire like Smosh kingdom was kind of off kilter because people knew that Anthony was leaving, people knew that there was problems in the company, but me, this is the moment for my life to change. So I'm in the office every day like having the time of my life. Look, at one point the year that we joined, we even won a streamy. I don't know what I was doing up there on the stage. I didn't deserve this. I literally swung into this company right around the time of its prime. I'm getting like thousands of followers on Instagram. My streams are getting a little bit more viewership. I mean, it was a really, really like crazy.
Like thinking about it, like if let's choose a YouTube group that would do something like this. I have no clue. I have no just imagine one. If they hit me up and was like, hey, Shogun, can I call you Shogun? Look, we've been watching your streams and we think that you'll be perfect for this channel we're making. You know, what do you say, pal? I don't know, man, because we got AIP. You know, I ain't about to just ditch AIP, you know? I don't know if I'll do it, man. I don't know if I can pull that trigger. It depends. It really depends. Because I don't see myself doing it right now, but I don't know where I'd be at when I get that email.
Thing for me. But on the back end, finally, the announcement comes out. Anthony's going to be leaving Smosh. I didn't really understand this until like 2 days before the actual production. Like, we did a video where we were saying goodbye to Anthony. And I'm over here like, okay, bye Anthony, like, see you later. Like, not knowing everything that was going on behind the scenes, that his company had essentially been taken from him and he was kind of being pushed out of making decisions that matter to his audience. Defy ends up putting out their own video on the Smosh channel
trying to figure out why she
about
quit.
Anthony leaving. And Anthony...
You're about 14 minutes into this video. Why did you quit, Bose? Why did you leave? Oh, you're talking about. Okay.
Also puts out his own video. Now, if you
Good thing
don't
I
know,
skimmed.
behind the scenes, when something
If
like
you do
this is
YouTube for
happening,
work, you
there are
should
PR
have
people
stuff
and
on the
lawyers that
side, YouTube.
approve both
Yeah, that's true.
statements, right? So who knows if Anthony really got to say everything that he wanted to say, but years later, I mean, the fact still stands. The big thing was they had taken away a lot of creative control for him with things that he really cared about. I mean, this is his audience of millions. At the time, Smosh had 25 million subscribers. That is insane. These two dudes in their bedrooms grew an internet empire, and it's beautiful. And it's so sad that these money-hungry business entertainment people pretending like they knew something took it away and just kind of started pushing him out of it. Anthony goes off to make his own series called I Spent a Day With, and I mean, the series explodes right off of the jump. Meanwhile, at Smosh, now that there's this big pop in press, and it's like, well, what is Smosh gonna do next? They start trying to pump out some of the best content they've made in a while because they've really got to keep things afloat. Also, poor Ian, straight single dad, he doesn't even have time to grieve that his homie that started the whole thing with him left because he's got a whole cast of new Smosh.
When I thought, like, when this happened, I kind of did feel bad for Ian, like, really bad. Because, that's 50% of, like, I guess your team. Like, realistically, that's, like, watching someone that you grew up with, like, leave the one thing you guys shared together. Like, leave something that you guys done together for so long. And I mean, I guess he wasn't really doing the creative stuff, but I can see where that was really difficult when it came to, like, the creative aspect. Because that's, like your other half. Like, that's, like, your other, like, that other half of your brain is just gone. You know what I mean?
Members and a whole company that he's got to keep afloat. So even though they've always been a duo and they both bounced off of each other to make some of the best ideas and best decisions, Ian has to do everything mostly alone now, and he has to lean on these business people to try to keep things afloat. Now, we talked about my story. We talked about Ian and Anthony, but let's just dive a little bit deeper into Defy Media. After Anthony left, I happened to notice all of these really big meetings that were always happening in the Smosh office. The Smosh office was in Beverly Hills, and I mean, it's like, why would the Smosh office be in Beverly Hills? It's because
I kind of
Defy
just want to know
Media
why she
wanted
left.
to be taken
That's all I want to
seriously.
know.
They had investments upwards of $70 million coming in year over year, on top of all the money that the channels were making. They had offices in New York City, like right in Manhattan. They had offices in Beverly Hills. That's because when entertainment companies came in to look at them and decide if they wanted to partner, they wanted to say, look, we have so much money. We're in Beverly Hills. That's why the fucking office was in Beverly Hills. They were spending so much money on that. So I start noticing these meetings where all these suits are coming in. And it's not just like 2 or 3 guys. It's like 10 or 15 people piling into a room. And then, you know, we, the Smosh kids, like, we go off, we're filming, I don't know, like building a blanket fort or something.
Latvian Independence Parade. Don't look at me. They had the proper permits.
But I notice all these guys, and I kind of just hear through the grapevine that they're trying to sell the company. Why would they try to sell the company? I don't really know much about business at the time. This is years ago. But I remember hearing that all of these meetings was Defy trying to sell all of the channels together. Now, here's the secret of what they were doing. Defy Media was partially an MCN. Back in the day, MCNs were companies that were like an
Hold
extra
on, now
level of
I'm kind of
protection.
learning something.
They would keep creators from getting copyright strikes, being demonetized, having their channel terminated, all the big things that YouTube channels fear. But the way that it worked was you would sign up with this MCN, and then all of your revenue would go to the MCN directly. So like if a YouTuber made $50,000, it would all go into the MCN. They would take their 10% and then they pay out the creator. So that's kind of how it worked. And with that, these were very common and they gave channels a lot of protection. In fact, they're still around to this day. But what Defy was doing on the other end was building a very beefy money portfolio. So when they were talking to investors, what they were doing was they were showing, well, we made this much off of our channels. Also, we have all these investors that really believe in us. Oh, and on top of that, we have this other business where we make all this money.
Intriguing.
And what they were doing was they were showing all of the money from these YouTube channels coming in, but they weren't showing the investors the money going back out to the creators. So it looked like month over month, they had channels in their network that were bringing in millions of dollars. They were essentially trying to say like, hey guys, we make $15 million a month. That's what they were trying to say. But over and over and over again, these investors were coming in and they were looking and they're like, this like doesn't add up. Like something is off here. When businesses try to make a big sale like this, they'll often bring in a financial expert and they're supposed to check everything over. Now, if you guys remember the Charlie Javice case with JP Morgan,
I do
sometimes
not.
these people don't do their job. But in this situation, these guys were doing their job and they said something's off about Defy Media. And Defy Media, they weren't able to sell Smosh. Now, back to me for a second. The year is 2018. Smosh has...
So, okay, someone correct me if I'm wrong. So basically what they did, right, is that instead of showing them, you know, the finished product of what they made after they took their cut, they showed them what they took initially before giving it back out. And then that was supposed to be enough to go like, we're making a lot more money than it really does look like. Right? So for those that don't understand, because I obviously am a pro at when it comes to business. Okay, come on, stop. So it will be like if, let's say that I was your boss and you worked like some kind of selling retail job and there's like some level of commission. You would take the money and then I would take all the money from you and then take your cut, or no, take my cut and then give you your cut. I just confused myself. Don't listen to me. Never mind.
gone through
I just confused
so
my damn
much,
self.
But we're still here, we're still swinging, and we're still going. At the time, they had brokered this Facebook deal with Smosh Games where we were supposed to play a certain hours per month and stream live on Facebook. But on November 8th, 2018, Defy Media abruptly shut down while I was on a live stream. As we were all finding out that we were losing our jobs, I was live streaming Fortnite on Facebook to about 60 people. I will never forget being in the live streaming room and we get this email and it's from the CEO of the company. His name is Matt Diamond. And it says, company call.
I like Matt Diamond, Matthew Diamond is like some kind of supervillain name. That's an MCU threat. Okay, that's some shit that Iron Man should be fighting with, not Smosh.
15 minutes. Y'all already know, if the CEO that nobody ever hears from sends a company email that says company call in 15 minutes, it is not gonna be good. So I'm in the room with the producer and the tech director, and we get the email, and they're like, just keep playing, Bose. Just keep, like, this is real. And so the call is gonna be in 15 minutes, but I have to stay on the live stream because we're contractually obligated to keep going, and I'm the one in the chair this day. I keep playing.
Your definition of short, I'm assuming, is going to be like a few seconds. So let's pray. Damn.
How much would you say you make an hour?
I'd say about 3 cents an hour, thereabouts.
3 cents an hour?
Well, yeah, it's still more than you make in your music.
Damn.
That's besides the point. Like, be real. Like, for your actual job outside of YouTube, like outside of this.
Why is his name
actually,
PS?
Like, how much do you actually make outside of YouTube? Not counting YouTube as a job. I'm talking regular 9 to 5 job. How much do you average make?
I mean, it's not a ton of money. It's between 20 and 25.
All right, so say about $28.25, right? And how much would you say you make in a month?
I mean, okay, let's call it $4 grand.
All right, so
$4 grand is really nice.
$4 grand.
I'll take $4 grand a month.
It's 4,000. All right, and taxes usually average out to about what, $2? Like per spending, like, all right, in a month, how much would you say you spend in taxes?
I'm not entirely sure. You tell me.
I'm so confused on Marty's and Cyrax's dynamic. It's like every video that Elmo sends me, they're like fighting, they're arguing, they're either actual fighting or arguing. And then in this one, they're just talking. They're just chilling. What is their dynamic? Because at first I thought he was like he's his antagonist. He's his villain. They're constantly dueling like Superman and Lex Luthor. But now I'm not sure. They gave me like Batman, Superman.
Me tax man.
All right, so let's say you make about. All right, so hang on. So 28, 25 was 4 grand. That equals out to about 115,400 a month. And taxes usually are about, let's see, they're usually about 163 a month. So times 160.
I'm not following along with this math at all. So if he's wrong, that's up for y'all to
I
decide.
know, it's just.
Cyrex is dumb. That's their dynamic.
All right, yeah.
Fair.
So let's say 160.
It's just like our dynamic, Elmo.
Flat out, just to be. So, in average, if you did not pay tax, if you kept every single dime that you make per month, you time this number I'm about to show you. Let's go 365. That's about your average per month right there. The larger number times 365 a year, right? Because
Wait.
365 days in a year.
There are 365 days in a year.
That's how much you could be walking away with if you didn't pay taxes. If you saved up your money and did not pay taxes,
Hang on, let me
that's
see
how
what
much you could be walking away with, dude.
That looks like it's like over $1 billion.
Even whether his math is right or wrong, the fact that he's saying just don't pay taxes, I feel like that's the real crux of that issue. Wait, who's the dumb one? I feel like we both know the answer to that one. Judging how you talk, he is so mean to me on Discord, guys. Like, if you guys were on that Discord, you guys would know. He's mean to me on a regular basis. I'm very much, I hate to say it, in only the dynamic way, I'm the Cyrax and he's the Marty. Only in dynamic. That's the only way.
Exactly. You see my point now, Marty? You could be walking away with a lot more if you didn't pay your taxes. If nobody here paid it, do you even know why taxes even started in the first place? It actually started over 150 years ago as a way for rich people to pay for protection for the people.
Is that
but
true?
instead of paying for their
Wait, hang on a second.
protection,
So sorry, I'm just. So I could
think
be
about
standing
that, Marty.
saying-
Like, seriously, think about that. That's over $1 million you could be making in a year if you saved.
Okay, almost says he bought me pizza, which is true. He did buy me pizza, but I will say this: the reason he bought me pizza is for this right here. I made a joke. I said, "Elmo, you gonna buy me pizza?" And I was like, "I'm just kidding." And he's like, "No, now I gotta buy pizza." So I have something to bring up. He played this just for this moment. He planned this all for this one moment. I'm telling you, he's steps ahead. He's just ahead of us. Tyke's a lot older than 104 years old. That's what I was saying. I thought that was like weirdly recent, but I didn't want to say nothing because I don't know nothing about
Your
nothing.
money, bro. Think about it, dude. Better yet, why don't you go back and watch my live stream I did? Why?
Lovely. He's still in prison, right? We can assume he's still in jail.
And they're like, okay, we're gonna step out and like take this call. And I'm like, okay. So
What a treat to see after returning.
I'm still playing, and then about 2 or 3 minutes in, I'm like, yo, what is going on? I open the door and I see all of just the Smosh cast and crew standing in a circle, holding the phone, and everyone looks so somber. There's a law in California, it's called the WARN Act, where basically if a warehouse that has over a certain amount of employees is about to shut down abruptly, you have to give everyone at least 2 months notice. That's what we were getting that day. A notice that everything was going to be shutting down in the next 2 months and we would be paid out for the next 2 months. And after that, our jobs are over, no severance, no nothing.
Yeah, so our parent company went out of business.
Granted, let me just preface this by saying I need to stop using that word because I feel like I'm saying it wrong every single time. But I don't understand how like monetization works. Obviously, I haven't reached that point in life, unfortunately. But you can change that by subscribe. Okay. But I'm assuming that from Smosh they accumulated a large platform on their own channels, right? They made some kind of community on their channels, right? Because like Bo's got almost 1 million. I'm assuming she did that through her own stuff. I'm not gonna say that she got all that from Smosh. but it definitely gave her notoriety and some kind of like platform. They get paid out for 2 months. Couldn't they use their platforms to, I guess it's kind of what Bose did, but to make their own like living off of YouTube? I wouldn't see why they wouldn't be able to do that. And I'm assuming that's what they're all doing now, just in case it happened again. I'll use it for more than just this moment. I googled it, and taxes have been around for 5. Damn. Yo, I love paying taxes because even though I'm black, right? I love the idea that I can go to a police officer, look him directly in his eyes, and be like, I'm your boss. I pay your salary. And then they're gonna look at me like, you know? But it's a good idea. It's good in thought. I know I'm not a white woman, so I can't really use that. At least the oldest we have on record. Damn, imagine paying taxes. Ugh.
I can't imagine how bad Ian and Anthony must have felt for everyone that lost their jobs that day, because this started off as a fun project and now here we are. So we all had a few weeks ago. I still remember going back to my apartment because I didn't have a lot of job experience at the time. I was just a social media marketer before that job had really blown up. I didn't have a lot of credentials. The last 3 years of my life, I was playing video games. Like, where am I gonna find a job where I'm just playing video
So you
games?
have to make money to say
So I started
you paid their
calculating
salary.
how much money I had.
That's true. That's real. You know? Do you think I never had a job, Momo? Do you truly believe that I just kind of just materialized every item in this room? Like, do you believe that, like, just one day I was like, you know what? I want a PC. And I went outside like Minecraft, broke a tree, turned into sticks, turned those sticks into a pickaxe, went to the mine, then mined out copper and metals, and then made my own motherboard by hand, and then like just start accumulating these pieces like old Minecraft crafting table style. Is that what you believe is that what you really believe I've done, Amo? You see, Amo, the reason it's not because I don't make money. It's because I don't pay taxes. You see, there's a simple rule. It's only tax evasion if you started it. If you don't start it, you can't evade something you never started. It's all a mind game, people. It's all a mind game. You have to outthink them to beat them. So if you guys already started paying it, that's tough. You fell for it. Gotcha. But if you haven't, you have a chance. Haven't all my homies stayed unemployed. Being unemployed is one of the funnest things ever. Just being able to do anything at any point of the day is so much fun. It's so much fun just to be like, just like on a Tuesday at 3 p.m. You're in the fucking boonies doing fuck knows what. Sending memes to your friends at work. It's just so fun. I miss it.
How much money that I would get from being paid the next 2 months, how I was going to consolidate
You
that.
did send bits on YouTube. He did send the bits on Twitch. And they tried to get me. But I stopped it. I said, hey, I do not consent to you taking my money. And he looked me in my eyes and said, you're right, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Actually, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit. I'm not playing this ukulele again. I just want to bring it back.
And apply for unemployment, and I was going to figure it out. And I had this whole plan because having 2 more months of pay, that's essentially 4 paychecks. I was like, okay, I can do this. And then less than a few days later, we were told that we had actually lost our jobs effective immediately.
Damn.
I remember I was somewhere else at the time because I was trying to
I wish I had done that stuff. Give me that credit. Yo, I was kind of stunted because like we have a creek around here, right? And I had like 2 or 3 friends my age around like where I live. And, you know, we used to go to the creek every now and then. But I wish I had like a bunch of kids my age that were like when I was a kid that we just go outside and just do shit. I didn't have that, but you know, I have all you guys now. I have all these new friends. We have the digital creek called the stream. I really am like that. There's levels to this. Get it? Because it's a stream and a creek has streams. just like the stream. I do this, bro. Man, the fact of me being mean to you or looking kind of shallow now. You are mean to me.
Find work anywhere
Check
that
Discord. This fucking video. ARP and this goddamn video. And I got it down. That was on my PC forever. Okay. Can I widescreen? ARP has this fascination. An obsession, really. With whoops, grabbed the wrong tab. With this video of this guy who got his car hit. And he will make it known to everyone.
Highway trying to leave. Get my car highway trying to leave. Get my car highway trying to leave. But no. But no. But no. But no.
I've seen too many AI coverage from ARP
He's
with
trying
this.
to leave. He hit my car on the highway. He's trying to leave. Oh no. Oh no. He hit my car on the highway. He's trying to leave. He hit my car on the highway.
3 minutes. Funniest video ever. No, you guys want to see the funniest video ever? I'll show you guys the funniest video ever. Here. There's two videos. There's two. Both of them are quite literally the funniest things I've seen. Here it is. So we have this first one.
Hey, Mater. It's nice to finally be back in Radiator Springs. I want you. What?
Why? It's so stupid. I'll bring it up every chance I get. And this next one is like something I recently found that I just love.
The jack-o'-lantern. The chocolate ice. The jack-o'-lantern.
The way he throws his heads around
The
just
chocolate
too
ice.
funny. Yeah. It just makes it too funny, bro. Oh damn, this video reminded me of that I need to buy new jeans.
good, and somebody invited me to a shoot that day. So I wasn't in the office that day, but I heard that executives packed up their stuff and left by noon. People were devastated. Like, people thought that they would never find work again in digital. It was honestly a really, really depressing night. It was. And we all went through that together.
Ka-chow.
So after
I
this,
need a
the bank
catchphrase.
that was connected to Defy Media
I
basically
need something that,
owned
like,
all
witty
of the
I can just
assets
pull out and
connected
just
to
have.
Smosh and other brands. And there became this big crusade of, well, we need to find somebody to buy Smosh. Ian really stood up and led the charge there. And I commend him for that because he didn't want to let this thing die. I remember him talking to as many investors as he could, holding lots of meetings, like, you know, telling them, like, no, this thing works, this thing is big, this brand is loved. Like, he really fought.
Give you my best ka-chow. I am wearing red, so I am actually liking clean. Here, I think I need some kind of like inspirational, something that's gonna like really hit home. You know what I mean? Okay. Hopefully this music works. Yeah, that works. Ka-chow. 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 Disney. Disney signed me. I'm right here. Like, let me get that email, Disney.
fought for it. And a lot of the cast and crew, they stuck through when Smosh didn't really have a lot of money at the time. In fact, I almost wonder if Ian was.
I thought you always try to get me to say your catchphrase. That's not my catchphrase. It's not. If I get fired from my job, I'm going down to Red Dead Redemption 2, Vander Laundry Gang Pass.
Paying for a lot of this stuff because
I couldn't
they
imagine,
didn't
man. This
have
sounds
much,
like
but
it
they
sucks.
offered
Like,
what
this
they
sounds
could,
terrifying.
And everyone stuck through and didn't let Smosh die. Even in between the banks owning the channels and where they ended up, they kept shooting. They kept talking to their fans. Like they didn't let it die. And I mean, that just speaks to how much heart the brand has. So eventually it gets announced that Rhett and Link, the creators of Good Mythical Morning and lots of other shows, incredibly successful YouTubers, they see that Smosh is up for grabs. They see the price and they said, you know what? I think I could swing that. And honestly, this is a really dope collaboration, for lack of a better term. Rhett and Link end up buying Smosh and they give them a studio. Everyone's back on salary. They are more motivated than ever to get things going. They even started the Smosh cast. And honestly, I'm pretty sure views were back up. They did it. So
Hey,
this
man,
is where
it was
I
a
don't
perfect
have
story.
a whole lot of insider information because I was employed by Defy Media and I wasn't at Smosh the next one. I ended up going to a concert company and getting back into my marketing career. Sidebar, I had decided that I wanted to leave content creation because the ups and downs
So
of digital at the
that's where I like stopped seeing it. I'm assuming. Honestly, yeah. Because like I think they're like already friends, right? So like imagine, right? Imagine like, you know, perfect example. Imagine you're a YouTuber, right? Or you're like a business or whatever, right? And like shit just went south, you know, your parent company crashed, it's going downhill, you think you might be out of a job, right? And like mercy, your best bros come down and are like 10 mil ain't a thing for me. Heads up, King. Come on home. Listen, I ain't gay, but
the time, they were really hard. Defy was not the first digital company
I think my internet cut out.
to fall and leave a lot of people out of work. So I ended up getting back into marketing. I work at like a law firm. I work like on tours, all this different stuff before I ended up, you know, coming back here. This is how you and I met. Hello, welcome back to my channel. And they just kept going. They created a lot of different series. They experiment with a lot of new ideas. Some people, I'll be honest, from the audience were like, this isn't the Smosh I know. Everything's changed. Look,
I ain't
if it
gonna lie,
wasn't
I was
for
on there.
main cast,
I ain't gonna lie, I was
we
on that
basically
team.
called them the squad. If it wasn't for main cast, do y'all really think that Ian could have been sitting up there doing the channel by himself? Imagine that. Imagine the Smosh
No,
videos from the past couple of years
but I would like to see him try.
with just Ian, no cast.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I'm doing something devious for $10, imagine what I'm doing for 10 mil. Oh my god. 10 mil plus my job? Like, what? Bro, I feel like we can all excuse one action that 5 times, you know what I mean?
And crew that you know and love. They've really expanded. They started working with TikTokers, getting on social media, all this different stuff. And they're doing pretty good, but I can only suspect that there were some other ups and downs of the company. Now, back to Anthony for a minute. You guys remember when I said that he
Imagine if
started
Smosh was actually selling for $10 and everyone just like, $10, that's kind of pricey, isn't it? Ugh. You know? And then they're like, it's just $10, please, just buy our company. That's quite a bit. Sorry, I don't have change. I see it in your pocket. That's for another company. That's for another YouTube channel.
that show I Spent a Day With. I Spent a Day With is one of the most successful shows on YouTube. It's where Anthony sits down and just interviews people one-on-one. Some of the top content creators, celebrities, people with unique experiences. He gets in there and he talks about issues that no one else is going to talk about and talks to people that a lot of people don't have access to. This show blows up. And so not only was Anthony Padilla the guy that created the big machine that is Smosh, but now he's gone off to do his own thing. And once again, he's successful. Anthony is so successful that he comes back to the company that was ripped away from him and he buys it back. He had walked away for so long. He had never been on the channel at all. And the way that Anthony finally comes back to the channel is by buying his baby back. Now, Ian's got ownership in this too. They actually came together and bought the thing. But at the same time, I cannot get over how gangster that is to have the man take your baby away from you.
So we know why she left, right? Now we know why she left. I kind of forgot about that part when she said it because I was like still trying to figure out the lore. We wondered why she was going. Now we know why she's going. I mean, we got a minute left. We can
Rip it away, ruin it, stab it to death, kill it, and then you come back with your own money and buy it back. Bro, things can become more successful when you inject a new business model into it and a lot of people that understand business. But if a brand is built on heart and passion, I think that that's the best thing to revive it. So now Smosh is this machine that has years of experience being a business and operating as a business, making money doing certain expansive things. But now with Ian and Anthony coming back together to rebuild and maybe rebrand the channel, I have no idea what they're gonna do, but I'm really excited. I think it's a pretty big moment in internet history. I think it's really inspiring, and I'm very excited that I got.
Alrighty, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but I'm a bit hurt by Mrs. Bose's clickbaity-esque title. You know, I will say that is my fault for believing that this is what it was about, but I feel kind of misled. So let's watch the Sunny V2 video. The most hated commentary channel on YouTube, Sunny V2. Now, I did not know Sunny was getting all this hate. I used to watch his videos, his documentaries. I watched his, I said it earlier this stream, and somehow I already forgot. I watched his Mr. Beast Chris video. You know, I think he did say some things that were a little suggestive. You know, he said some things that were a bit biased, I'll say. But I didn't think it was like that all the time. And I guess for a good amount of time it was. So let's watch. This is by Louisiana. Is that what that said?
How did Sunny V2 go from a failed Fortnite streamer to gaining over 3 million subscribers to being canceled on Twitter and being called out by Mr.
Beast?
Well, it's kind of complicated. First, we have to know exactly who Sunny V2 is and the events that led up to him being labeled a hypocrite,
YouTube.tv. I don't think that's how the URL works, but
racist, and most recently, a transphobic YouTuber. It all started on June 4th, 2015, when an obscure YouTuber named Might of Sun made a bold move and uploaded his first video playing an online game called RuneScape.
Really not worth your time because they normally take.
I tried RuneScape. I didn't like it.
Little did
I
anyone know
didn't
that
like
this
it. I just
unassuming
didn't have
voice
time
behind the
for it.
mic would soon revolutionize the world of YouTube commentaries and video essays. Over the next year and a half, Might of Sun continued to upload 29 videos, each one showcasing his unique style of humor, wit, and commentary. However, he was only able to rack in 400 subscribers, which isn't bad, but obviously not enough to pursue YouTube.
Well, actually, that says 586. Okay, I don't know if I can trust your sourcing. I don't know if I can trust your secondhand source.
YouTube as a full-time gig. And as fate would have it, his last video would air on the 28th of October, 2016, leaving fans to wonder if this was the end of Might of Sun's journey on YouTube. Thankfully, his hiatus was short-lived, and Sunny's new plan of becoming a YouTube star was a bit more believable, as he returned a couple months later as an aspiring Fortnite streamer. Since this was back when the game was at its peak in popularity, it wasn't entirely a bad idea,
Fortnite was
but
something
sadly,
different, bro.
these videos didn't work either. He barely pulled any views and received high dislike ratios on his videos. I mean, it's nothing compared to the amount of dislikes he receives today, but we'll get to that later in the video. Sunny's journey to success took a pivotal turn on March 8th, 2020, after rebranding himself on a new channel under the name we all recognize today, Sunny V2. After experimenting with more Fortnite content, he would go on to post a completely different
Honestly,
style of
Fortnite
video
now,
that would
I still play Fortnite sometimes, like with like Day or like with like other people. Like it's rare, but I still do it. It's like it's not the same. It's not the same, bro. That original game going to Tilted was like a death sentence. Haunted Hills. It was Loot Lake was my personal favorite spot, bro. Loot Lake was my spot. I loved it. Me and Charlie used to go there. He used to go to the little cave underneath. I used to land on the roof, break that ceiling, go into the house, come out the front. You know, and that little walk through the water, little wading through the water you had to do, that little bunny hop through the water just so you can get out before someone came by. Something special. That's something that you had to experience. That is a true you had to be in the moment, or you will never experience that again in Fortnite. You know?
Give him his first taste of becoming a viral sensation. A commentary on the downfall of a YouTuber named Boogie2988. This marked the beginning of what would become one of the most rapid rises to YouTube stardom in recent memory, as it quickly captured the attention of viewers across the internet. It became very common to see fans praise Sunny for being the only man who could make them watch an entire documentary on someone they knew nothing about, and for posting videos people will legitimately watch instead of listening to it while doing other things. After following up his next uploads with similar content, essentially 10xing his output and covering more notable YouTubers like Friendly Jordies, Stampy, and many more, Sunny V2 really decided to put the pedal to the metal and solidify himself as one of the best video essayists on YouTube when he started uploading a single video every Thursday morning, seemingly increasing the quality of each visual every time. In just 3 short years, he went from having 1,000 subscribers to over 3 million, and currently sits above 700 million.
I remember back in high school, right? I'm talking about like 10th grade, 10th or 9th grade. Like, I'm talking about we be in class, and this is when Fortnite was like actually popular, not like popular and people make fun of you for playing it. Like, people used to be like, yo, you don't even get wins on Fortnite, bro. Pull up your stats. Pull up your stats. And they'd be like, you pull up your stats, and you'd be like, bro, where your solo wins at? You got all these squad wins, you were being carried. Where's your solo wins at? Like, it was crazy, bro. It was beating the Fortnite KD allegations. It's like you're on court, like you're on the podium.
Total views on YouTube. So what was his secret to success? You see, most YouTubers tend to focus on niche categories and topics, but Sunny capitalized on the most popular creators of all corners of the internet. He covered everything from the rise and fall of TikTokers, YouTubers who disappeared, and even things like Mr. Beast being canceled. Each video showcases his knowledge of how YouTube works, whether it's his great editing, catchy thumbnails, or his insane ability to tell stories and make them flow seamlessly. He clearly understood how to engage an audience and created the perfect formula for success on YouTube. So much so that people stole his entire blueprint and built a sustainable audience themselves using his formula. However, with the success came scrutiny, and soon enough, Sunny V2 began to receive backlash from the YouTube community. Due to the nature of Sunny's content, which often involves criticizing and highlighting the negative aspects of other creators' careers, it was perhaps inevitable that a fair share of negativity would eventually come his way. Many of his enemies started to come out of the woodwork as his channel exploded, and Sunny V2 became hated for 3 main reasons. The first one being framing, or clickbait, whatever you want to call it. Sunny's content often faced criticism for its focus on negativity, often highlighting some negative aspects of people or topics he covers.
Now, I don't like Sunny V2 because most of his videos just prey on somebody's downfall, and it spreads a lot of negativity. He has some good videos like the 61 Hours Mac Miller.
Listen, I don't watch Ludwig. I don't watch him, okay? I don't dislike him. I think he's a cool guy from what I've seen. But I just don't get the hairstyle, man. Like, what is with so many people in this hairstyle? It just doesn't look nice to me. Now, that's subjective, my own personal opinion. I just don't get it. I think some people can pull it off. I just don't. Like, the sides are just wide. The top is like, it's just a personal gripe.
Video, but the rest of them is just a lot of surface level research with oftentimes hate comments or just like anecdotal quotes being used as evidence for arguments.
He provides graphs and data to support his points, only to admit at the end of the video that in spite of the lower numbers, they're still thriving, wrote another. One such example is his video on Ninja, where he claimed that Ninja's career had died, despite the fact that he's still playing Fortnite professionally, making millions of dollars, and is not even close to the end of his career. Sunny V2's argument in the video was based on the fact that Ninja's numbers were down, and he showed a series of negative comments aimed at Ninja, as well as some low points in his career. One of my favorite Sunny V2 arguments was when he flashed a tweet of Ninja discussing a controversy related to George Floyd's murder, and Sunny said it was ingenuine because he trash talks children in video games.
Whole component is a basis for the next element of Ninja's dark side, and that's his bizarre foray into the world of politics.
Oh my god,
not his
bro.
political opinion as such, but more specifically, why is he even getting involved in politics at all? He's a gaming streamer. There have been numerous tweets over the last 12 months relating to Ninja standing with the black community, and his wife stating that Ninja does his part for white privilege and racism, but this just goes back to the previous point of being ingenuine with his audience. Ninja is a multi-millionaire white guy spending his time playing video games who also seems to be somewhat low in compassion, judging from the way he treats his enemies after he kills them. Who do you think you're fooling, Ninja?
Bro, if you guys seen me and Dave play Brawl, oh my god. Oh my lord. We are so disrespectful. When me and Day playing any game, we get so disrespectful to the enemy team. Now, of course, you don't say it to them. You know, we just say it to ourselves. You know, it's a bring up the morale of the team. You know, that's all it's for. Wait, are you saying a channel devoted to the downfall of YouTubers only makes content about the downfall of YouTubers? Disgusting. YouTube is not even YouTube, just the internet's a weird place. Not every argument's gonna be
I used to
sound.
think Sunny V2 was an unbiased, fair commentator, but the dude seems to hate Ninja. The amount of unnecessary comments he makes on Ninja is staggering. Although Ninja never responded, another YouTuber who Sunny made a video on did. And this leads us to our second reason why people really hate Sunny V2. It's his hypocrisy. To understand this next part, it's important.
Sunny V2 kind of looked like Andrew Garfield, like Andrew Garfield combined with Tobey Maguire. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain. Like, his eyes are Andrew Garfield, and his like this part of his mouth is Andrew Garfield, but like the head and the hair is like Tobey Maguire, but his chin is kind of Tom Hollandish. No, his neck is definitely Tom Holland, definitely.
To our second reason why people really hate Sunny V2. It's his hypocrisy. To understand this next part, it's important to note this video
Is it hypocrisy or hypocrisy? Because I feel like I know those are probably two different things, but they sound very similar and my brain doesn't want to translate.
Titled Every Commentary Channel Be Like that was posted on Sunny V2's channel on November 29, 2020. In this particular video, he ironically mocks the average style of commentary videos on YouTube for being low effort and exaggerating situations.
Today we're going to be talking about some random YouTuber you've never heard of with 40,000 subscribers who did something really quite minor. But since I'm a commentary channel, I've figured out a way to make it seem way worse than it really is by framing it in a way that specifically benefits me and skews the reality of the minor situation into something that makes it seem way worse than it really is.
It appears that Sunny has become the very thing he criticized in the past. However, there's another video on his channel that drew in even more controversy. But before delving into that, let's examine the drama that ensued between Sunny V2 and a Minecraft YouTuber named Skeppy. Since Skeppy used the video to support his argument. It all started on May 19, 2022, when Sunny made a video talking about how Skeppy's career is dying. He went on to highlight the various controversies Skeppy has been involved in, including accusations of scamming, drama with a YouTuber named A60D, and faking a lot of his videos. Sunny V2 also commented on how Skeppy's content has changed and lost its charm, leading to a decline in viewership. Within a few days, Sunny's video had gone viral, reaching almost 2 to 3 times the amount of views of Skeppy's average upload. Sunny's video on Skeppy received mixed reaction, with some viewers agreeing with his points, while others felt that he was unfairly targeting Skeppy. He didn't want to document Skeppy's career. He wanted to make Skeppy look bad. He wanted to get people's attention by showing them how bad their favorite YouTuber is, so they would be his fans. And the rest of his channel is the same. All he does on his channel is hate and participate in cancel culture. Doesn't seem too good, does he? Skeppy was obviously not happy with this video when he felt pressure to make a response, so he did. And honestly, he made a few good points. During the heated exchange, Skeppy pointed out an old video Sunny had created about cancel culture, which has since been deleted from his channel, but it can still be found on YouTube. In this video, Sunny ironically criticized how YouTube seems to be oversaturated with hate content, downfall videos, and people being canceled left and right.
On top of this, does anyone feel like hate content on YouTube is at its highest that it's ever been before? Downfall videos, drama videos, cancellations, YouTubers exposed. I swear I can't go on YouTube these days without a solid chunk of my recommendations being someone making a mistake or someone getting cancelled or some BS like that.
And Skeppy argued that Sunny had now become the very thing he once despised, by using his platform to bring negativity towards Skeppy.
See, the problem I have with this video, it isn't just because it's misleading.
How do you guys feel about Sunny
The way
V2?
it portrays me.
Let me hear y'all guys'
Just
opinion.
because it's negative, and it isn't just because I get hate from it. And you just took whatever was convenient to you, mashed it up, highlighted a few tweets, and then the worst day is done.
Skeppy also accused Sunny V2 for being pro-cancel culture, and raised a valid question about why Sunny did not reach out to Skeppy directly to gather the correct information for the video. Skeppy also took jabs at Sunny's evidence that accused him of being a scammer. One of the best highlights from the video though is when Skeppy called out Sunny's claim that he had faked buying pizza.
Then when the pizzas showed up to Bad Boy Halo's house,
Guys, Elmo never bought me that pizza. Okay? He told me that if I don't say he bought me pizza, he would. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He would make me watch the Man in the Cave video. And I'm not going to sit idly by and be tossed around like this. Look, he's trying to deny it. Denying. That means he's wrong. He's trying to deny it. He must be wrong. Only someone that's wrong tried to deny the truth. Not gonna lie, that's like planted flowers and then getting surprised from the flowers. That sounds funny as hell. Imagine it's like, let me plant these flower seeds. Come back like a week later. What the fuck? Flowers? Why are you here? What are you doing here?
He'd only show 3 pizzas being opened. How do we know that he didn't only order 3 pizzas and sit them on top of a stack of empty boxes?
Is it just me, or is the bar getting low?
Where did the missing pizzas go?
While Skeppy may have overreacted to some of Sunny's claims, he did bring up some valid points and defended himself against some of the accusations made in the video. And while he did address everything, the discussion around Skeppy's content did lead him to having a renewed focus on his quality and personality in his videos. Fans commented that this video made them miss the old Skeppy, and it seems like Skeppy really took their feedback to heart. Ultimately, it's always nice to see creators take feedback and use it to improve their craft. A very similar situation happened with another Minecraft YouTuber named Quebblecop, where many people felt like Sunny's downfall video on him was really over-exaggerated and clickbait, but the problems didn't end there. The last reason on our list is how Sunny V2 really became the most hated video essayist on YouTube, and is the reason he's essentially been cancelled lately, leading him being called out.
Who do you think is hated more, Sunny or Illuminati? Because I feel like she has to be a contender, right? She does video essays, don't she? Or am I thinking of something else?
By tons of YouTubers like Jay Aubrey, Asmongold, Mr. Beast, and many more. So what did he do? Well, a lot of people feel like Sunny V2 is low-key transphobic and just doesn't want to admit it. And there's 2 videos that people point to while backing up this claim. It all started on February 10, 2022, when Sunny V2 uploaded a video about ticks and roses, a TikToker who was exposed for faking her Tourette's syndrome for clout. After the video was uploaded, people accused Sunny V2 for being transphobic, pointing out how he consistently.
I didn't watch the video, but as far as I just found out, she was faking her Tourette's. How the hell is her being, or them being trans, has anything to do with this? I need to, like, what does that come? I just
misgendered her throughout the video, despite him explicitly showing their pronouns on screen. The next people believe Sunny V2 is transphobic is the time when Sunny V2 uploaded the video titled "The Dumbest Attempts to Cancel Mr. Beast." In this video, he included a part about Mr. Beast being canceled for an offensive joke he made back in 2016.
I was actually born a tank, but sadly, it wasn't one of our 52 genders.
The joke.
Okay, that was long ago. We can give him a pass. Ain't no way I'm trying to spell her name.
The joke was a derogatory one aimed at trans people, and while Mr. Beast had long since deleted the video, it was enough to spark some outrage. But what really got people talking was how Sunny V2 defended Mr. Beast's joke, claiming that it was taken out of context and that people were too quick to jump on the cancel culture bandwagon.
Take the joke and rank it on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being least offensive and 10 being most offensive.
I'll say it's like a 4. It's I think it's about.
Probably wouldn't even hit 1 on the scale, because the only thing at the brunt of the joke is a flying metal vehicle.
The problem was, many people feel like Sunny was just missing the point entirely. That the joke wasn't just offensive because it was like mean, but that it reinforced harmful stereotypes about trans people. But nothing is worse than the video Sunny V2 posted the other day, and it's definitely the last strike for some people. Within 24 hours, this video had received over 130,000 dislikes, and it's only going up. And Sunny V2 had lost around 20,000 subscribers. Even D'Angelo Wallace broke his silence from a 9-month hiatus just to discuss how much he hated this video. I'm talking about the video titled "Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for Mr. Beast."
Let's see how many dislikes it has now. Has to be one of the first ones that pop up, right? Okay.
Hello, welcome to my...
Shh. No Minecraft. Not now. Where is it? There it is.
It looks just like.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Show me them dislikes. Damn, 225,000. My god. I kind of want to see it past the likes. I ain't gonna lie. I do want to see it past the likes. Yeah, but so does every single offensive joke that the angry people laugh at with friends. I feel like, okay, hot take. This is gonna be a hot take from me once again. I feel like if you make an offensive joke with your friends and you guys are in a closed room or a closed environment and it's just y'all and you guys all understand that that's like comfortable, you guys are all comfortable with those types of jokes, it's fine. I don't hear it, I don't care. No one else is really hearing it, no one else can really get offended. You know, like even like the N-word, right? This is like a personal thing that I believe. right? If, let's say, Elmo, for example, Elmo, me, and 2 other friends, right? We're in a room and we already established that within our friend group, as long as we're by ourselves, it's completely okay for you to use the N-word, right? If we establish that and you understand that, and we're by ourselves in a contained room, and you use it, or you're singing a song and you use it, I don't care, because we established that. But on the other hand, if we're out and about and you use it and someone overhears you and they start pressing you, you have to understand that those are your consequences. You put yourself in that position. You know what I mean? But it's not like something where it's like anyone can do it. It's like people that I feel comfortable enough saying it, you know, and it's just us. That's fine. I will never, I don't know, Elmo, you got pretty close that one time. I'm trying to make a racist joke in public. I mean, I make racist jokes to black people. In public, in private, everywhere. It's one of my favorite pastimes, honestly. I thank God that I was born a black man, because if I was born any other any other race, do you understand how problematic I would have been? Do you understand? I would have been the next Joker. All right? So let's really all take the moment to appreciate the fact that I'm black. My melanated skin must be appreciated this time.
His most boldest video to date, Sunny V2 discussed the recent news that Chris Tyson, a friend and crew member of the famous YouTuber Mr. Beast, is transitioning to hormone replacement therapy. However, the video was quite different from Sunny V2's usual content, and he shared his personal opinions on the matter, which were mostly negative.
And, you know, not for nothing, if you want to see that video reacted by me, you know, if you missed it, where is it? Where is it? When did this happen? No, it had to have been, it's somewhere on my channel. Oh, here it is. You guys can watch that on my channel. You know, I talked about it. Yeah, you want to go see it, you can. Yeah, but that will go better for you, lol, not a white. Oh yeah, no, of course. No. Of course. The jokes I be making are not for everybody. The jokes I make towards black people are not for everybody. I can make those jokes, I'm black.
He expressed concerns about how Chris's transition can negatively impact Mr. Beast's brand. Sunny V2 also showed several negative comments from social media that criticized Chris's decision to transition, which raised concerns about Sunny V2's own views on transgender issues. And people accused him of cherry-picking comments to create a narrative that supported his apparent transphobic
Yeah, I did
view
notice
without
that in that
explicitly
video.
stating that.
That
This is what
that
you
was pretty
do
crazy.
when you personally are not brave enough to come out and say that this is your feelings on the matter. So you're relegated to like comments that you're fucking reading off of YouTube responses. Some of the most unhinged people on the planet, right under, again, under the protection of anonymity, under YouTube videos. That is a psychotic thing to base an entire video off of.
Overall, the video sparked controversy and led to heated discussions among viewers, with some defending Sunny V2's right to express his own opinions, while others criticized him for potentially promoting harmful attitudes towards the transgender community. People are now memeing this upload, claiming that Sunny should make a rise and fall video about himself. And even creators who he's made downfall videos on are coming out and voicing potential title ideas, such as Quebblecop, who tweeted a picture of the thumbnail while captioning it, "How Sunny V2 ruined his career in one video," which is a direct reference to the video Sunny V2 made about him titled, "How Quebblecop Lost His Career in 1 Year." Some claim Sunny is psychotic, called it one of the most dogshit videos they ever seen, and even Mr. Beast himself called out Sunny V2 for his transphobia. Despite his criticism, some people defended Sunny V2,
did
and
he?
even Mr. Beast himself called.
Yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare. He's my fucking... Let's see, fucking with the E. Fucking friend, and things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off. W Beast, for real. But,
out Sunny
yeah.
V2 for his transphobia. Despite his criticism, some people defended Sunny V2. But just like every allegation on this list, Sunny has not responded. He kinda has a reputation for being unapologetic and sticking to his work. He rarely removes videos despite receiving backlash, and allows his audience to engage in discussion and form their own opinions, even if it means he may come across a bit foolish. This unwavering attitude may be seen as admirable by his supporters, who appreciate his honesty and transparency, even in the face of criticism. But what are your thoughts? Comment down below and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.
I think there might be some hey, you don't get to just move on to another video. I'm not ready yet. No, not the man in the cave. Not the man in the cave. Not Chet. I feel like there might be a level of might be transphobic. Might. Right? But I feel like to say that he might just have very strong values that he is believing in, and he tries to push a narrative, which isn't good either way. But I feel like to say he's transphobic is too bad faith. Like just a little too bad faith. You know what I mean? I feel like if I wanted to give him the best possible interpretation of what he has been doing, I would say that he is someone that does not believe in trans rights, and that he is trying to display that without outwardly saying it to have plausible deniability. So he does things like that where he cherry picks comments, and that might be what he does. Maybe again, I'm just a guy sitting in the chair watching other videos, you know. Yeah, I think that he definitely leaned into clickbait with that title. But, you know, as we learned from Mrs. Bosington, clickbait does work because it got me. Certainly got my ass. So, right now we're at 2 hours and 26 minutes, and this is at 1 hour. Okay, can someone give me just a quick synopsis about what The Man in the Cave is about? Just a very quick, just one sentence about what this is about. Cowardice, yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like he knows if he says it, then he would have to face the backlash. But if he doesn't, he has the deniability to get out of it. Are we doing Man in the Cave? I'm so tired. I love that YouTube's like latency is much longer than Twitch. So I said that like when I said like a quick synopsis, that was like a while ago. You have to go in blind. How hot is my camera right now? Because my camera's not that hot. What time is it? It's 9:28. How about we save it for the next live stream? Okay, so this guy was searching for tourist stuff and he got stuck, and even like, damn, President knew about him. Oof. Here, we'll do a coin flip. Okay, we're doing best 2 out of 3. Best 2 out. We can do the best 2 out of 3. You can change that in your dashboard before you go live. Change what? But okay, heads we watch it, tails we don't. We'll do 2 out of 3. That's one for don't watch it. It's the last one. Everyone, you better cross your fingers. Okay, 1-1. I mean, no, god damn it! I have to end stream. Damn, and now I can go eat. God damn it! No, dude, and I really want to watch it too. No, but we can watch it next stream. I don't know next time we're gonna stream. Actually, let me check something real quick. Because depending on tomorrow, I might be able to do it tomorrow. Please, God. Best 3 out of 5? You know what? Fuck it. Best 3 out of 5. Let's go. All right. What was that? 2-2? Best 4 out of 7? Best 4 out of 7. Okay. We'll watch it. Let me just go get my sandwich real quick. Next, that's crazy. That is insane. I've been working hard behind the scenes, okay? I actually just finished Enter the Gungeon, so I've been working very hard. Now let's hold down Star Film. No. You missed so much. So we're going to watch the Man in the Cave. We're going to watch it. I'll be right back. I'll be back in like not even like 5 minutes. We're not even touching 3 minutes. Okay? It's just downstairs in the fridge. Let's put some copyright-free tunes. Okay? I'm gonna go grab it. I'll be right back. Then we just continue. Alright? Be right back. Okay. I'm back, goofballs. What did I miss? Restart your stream with the ultra low latency. Wait, reset, so that's what you're talking about when you said dashboard. Let me check. I still don't know where the YouTube Live dashboard is. I'm not used to YouTube Live at all. Edit. I can edit the live stream. Oh, okay. I think I see it. Watching man in the cave. Simple, sweet, to the point. Everyone's gonna know exactly what's going on. Low latency. You know, I can't find it. We'll make sure we have that next time I stream on YouTube. I was thinking about doing like YouTube. I do like video reaction streams, and then on Twitch I do gaming streams. You know, because I feel like there's no point to live stream on my gaming channel. So if you want to see my gaming content, it's on my gaming channel, and if you want to see my gaming live streams, you just be on my Twitch. There, simple, concise. You know what you get in each live stream. It's called YouTube Studio. Ah. That's so clever. It's like it was made for that. There's a go live button. Wait, now it's saying I'm going live. Casual W. S-pop. Remember, girlfriends are temporary, but this live stream is forever, or at least until this video is over. But until then, it's forever. Why is it saying starting a new live stream? This is too confusing. We'll figure that out later. We here. Alright, manhole. Why am I here? Am I in this video? Am I the man in the hole? New lore? Oh boy. My PC wasn't expecting that to go
Upload, fellas. The original got copy struck. RIP. But don't worry, we are working on new main channel videos. Here's a sample.
I don't think my PC's used to streaming on YouTube. It's like, bro, we're streaming from it and we're watching video from it? What the fuck are we doing? Oh god. Oh god. What's happening? 1080, only the best quality. Even if it bricks me. Even if it breaks the PC.
Sorry for the re-upload, fellas. The original got copy struck.
Man in the hole.
RIP.
Yep.
But don't worry, we are working on new main channel videos. Here's a sample of the timelines. In the meanwhile, Incognito mode, which has a new video about every 6 weeks, and Story mode, which has a new video about every 4 weeks. Thank you for watching a second time. In the state of Kentucky, there is a cave that every now and then demands a sacrifice. January 30th, 1925. A man walks towards the cave with a kerosene lamp in his hand. I didn't see that. He hangs up his jacket and ducks into a 5-foot opening. The inside of the cave is small. He has to go on hands and...
By the way, I hate videos about tight spaces. So, this should be fun.
And knees, crawling through passages of sharp stone and choking dust. Then down a chute he had cleared out months earlier. All of the daylight is gone from here, and this lantern is his only source of light. Ignoring the loose limestone rocks perched directly above him, he is now 100 feet in, and here he reaches the turnaround room. Now they call this the turnaround room because this is the juncture where even experienced cavers say, no thanks, and turn around. Because to continue on means going through this, the squeeze, a gap in the stone of only 9 inches.
Damn.
For reference, here's a subway sub. Going through, he would look exactly like this. His arms will need to... Going through, he would look exactly...
Nah, bro. Nah, I hate that. Like as a kid, I always had like this, like not nightmare, but like this fear of being like trapped in like a barrel, like in like Scooby-Doo, but like upside down, and I like my arms like, you know, I can't move my arms because like, you know, on the side of the thing. Like this is terrifying. Yeah, bro. Shout out to those what I don't even know what to call them. What, cave dwellers? Shout out to y'all, bro.
Like this. His arms will need to be completely at their side, and he will need to exhale so that he can reduce the size of his torso. Gradually, bit by bit, he disappears into the hole. His clothes are caught on sharp gypsum crystals, hooking into him and threatening to hold him in place. Using just his feet, he pushes himself forward.
Why is Wendigoon here? Why the fuck is Wendigoon in this video, bro?
He reaches a wider opening at the other side, then crawls forward towards a ledge. Lit by the lamp is a drop about twice his height.
Shout out to Splunking.
There's already a rope here. He gently climbs down. His worn-out leather shoes touch the ground. This is as far as he can go, and it is time for work to begin. What he is working on is another opening. At the moment, it's too small for anyone to fit through, but he will chip away at it until he can shove himself right through the other side. Because on the other side is this, an otherworldly cave structure dripping with pristine white crystals. Every day for months, he has been removing rocks from this crevice.
I see.
To him, this is all just routine. So he shimmies further into the gap, his body contorting to the shape of the crevice as he wriggles his way in. The walls becoming so tight that he can no longer use his arms.
I'm starving.
Then, about halfway, he stops. The lantern. It's starting to dim. He will need to go all the way back to the surface to refuel the thing. He sighs. He slowly shuffles back out, pushing the lantern with his shoulder. Then, oh no, ding, crack, darkness. He has knocked over the lamp, and it has broken. The man breathed deeply and relaxed. He had been in worse situations before, and he was confident he could navigate his way to the surface through feel alone. He searches around with his feet to find something he can push against. Ah, there's something, he thinks. But what he doesn't know is that he's pressing against a loose rock on the ceiling. As soon as he puts his weight against it, it comes free. A solid piece weighing 15 kilograms lands directly on his ankle. It aches. But he's okay. It doesn't feel as though his ankle is broken, just badly bruised and caught underneath the rock. So he shuffles to move the rock away. Suddenly, gravel. A lot of gravel. It falls onto his feet, his legs, his torso, and the weight of it all forced the rock harder down onto his foot and locks it in place. Every time he tries...
Wait, here. We need to really set the mood with these lighting. We gotta do it justice. And I'm back on my grind. Second to my lifetime. There we go.
Tries to move. More rubble falls, holding him tighter.
My leg's so built that it was cracked. Damn.
This is Sand Cave.
Yes, bro, I hate this.
This man is Floyd Collins. He is trapped in absolute darkness, 60 feet deep below the earth. All of his limbs held in place at the very bottom of this.
Bro, like even as a kid, like those Chuck E. Cheese tunnels, like when I was starting to get like bigger, I used to hate going through them. Like I used to hate like when I walked through and I couldn't like turn around. I used to hate that. I hated that. Made me feel so anxious. January 30th, a day after my birthday. Come on.
But before I tell you what happens next, ad time. Speaking of people trapped in a cave, World of Tanks. World of Tanks is not only the best game I have ever played, it is the only game I have. He can feel family for me. No. Get it. Ad. Collins is still in the dark, unable to move. He can feel the sharp crystals on the ground poking into his back. The ice melts above him, traces across the ceiling, and drips directly onto his face. He would shield himself against the dripping, except that his right arm is wedged against the roof of the cave, and his left is stuck in place underneath his torso. The cold water dripping onto him pools underneath him. Floyd took slow, steady breaths in the concentrated dark. When he did attempt to shuffle, more gravel and rocks would tumble from above and pile onto his feet, so nothing would work. He raked his fingers against the wall until blood pooled underneath his nails, and he realized that there was only one option left. Call out for help. But wait. Who is Floyd, and why did he even go into a dangerous cave? Floyd started his caving career at the tender age of 6.
I used to stalk people in those. I would climb to see through ball and stare at people walking by.
Growing up, exploring the caves of Kentucky was practically all he did. He would go off on his own, disappearing into the caves for many hours at a time. Have you seen that movie, The Descent? It was a lot like that. He grew up and he became embroiled in the Kentucky Cave Wars. Now, there's way too much to go into here, but the summary version is there's this huge network of interconnected caves called Mammoth Caves. It's actually the largest cave system in the world. And there's a city right in the middle of it, Cave City, real name. So, of course, there are dozens of cave entrances on private property all over the place. Now, farmland in this region has very poor soil, and things do not grow well here. So, cave tourism as a source of income quickly became the prominent thing. However, a problem. There are a very large number of caves, but there are only a limited number of tourists. So competition rapidly escalated. Visit my cave. No. Visit my cave. Big signs were erected saying, tourists, come to me. Mine is definitely open. Mine is the best. But then competitors would respond by saying, hey, by the way, we're open, but don't go to that one over there. It's really shitty. In fact, it's dangerous. This kept going further.
Caution to tourists, if you want to see the original and only Mammoth Cave, do not be misled by so-called new entrants.
By the end, they were blocking off the trail to each other's property, beating each other in the streets, and hiring people called cappers, who would dress up as policemen and tell tourists, no, you can't go in there. About what? No, it's illegal. Despite the fierce competition, Floyd found a cave on his property and he started advertising it to tourists. Of course, very few came. All right, he thought, what if I found something really special and unique? Then surely people would have to come to my cave to see it. So he kept exploring and exploring until he found this hollow. It was filled with big gypsum crystals, and when you were in there, it felt like a completely alien world. But it was barely accessible. This small tunnel is the only way in. He would need to dig for months to open it up to tourists, but he knew he could do it. Back to the competition. They knew the value of this cave. They knew the potential, they wanted it for themselves, and they wanted Collins gone. A few months prior, a group of 5 men showed up to his farm unannounced.
Ah, hand over that lease, Floyd,
they said. Floyd, of course, refused. So they turned to violence, knocking him down and savaging the helpless man until Homer, Floyd's brother, came running out of the house with a shotgun.
I thought they were jumping up and he put on a shotgun to finish him off. Like, damn.
But Floyd was not deterred. He spent 12 hours a day, every day, for months, clearing gravel and stone, chipping away at that passage. He would open it up to tourists, make his cave an incredible attraction, and make his dreams come true.
Real. Get that bread, King. Get that bread.
So there's Floyd in the dark, yelling out for help, yelling into the pitch black. After a while, his voice would give out, and he would have to sleep to recuperate. He would then wake sometime later, remember where he is, and begin yelling again for help. Here he remained in the dark for the next 20...
I bet those guys were like, damn, really dodged the bullet with that one.
3 hours. Quickly you might wonder, how come no one's come for him after 23 hours? Well, Sand Cave resides on a 200-acre farm. There are several homes on this property with other families. One of them, of course, is Colin's house, where Floyd's father, Lee, resides. Now, Lee and Floyd constantly get into fights about how to run things. Lee wants his son to concentrate on farming, and Floyd wants to concentrate on cave tourism. Arguments would often get heated. And Lee was also a bit of a drunk. It was doubtful that he would even notice if his son Floyd was missing. Also not helping things, Floyd regularly lodged at 2 other homes on the farm. So when he didn't return to one host, they would presume that he was staying with the other. And, even worse still, he was known to occasionally sleep in the cave, doing stints of up to 30 hours in there without resurfacing. Regardless, around the 23-hour mark, a few locals started to suspect that, hey, something might be wrong, and they went to check up on him. And here, they spotted his jacket, still hung up. Unusual. They went deeper. However, there was only one person small enough to make it as far as the turnaround room. This was a 17-year-old Jewel Estes. He refused to go into the squeeze, but if he yelled, Floyd would probably hear him.
Floyd!
Yeah. And Collins yelled back.
Is that actually Wendigo?
Estes emerges from the cave.
Okay, we know he's trapped, and we know where he is.
So, a whole troop of locals show up. Out of my way. Say a bunch of men who would confidently charge into the cave. But once they reach the final squeeze...
Nope. Nope. Nope.
They would charge straight back out again, saying things like,
"There's no way any man could fit in there."
Out of my way, they would say as they were heading in the reverse direction. So a few more hours passed. Word would spread around Cave City and the neighboring areas. Slowly, a crowd formed outside Sand Cave.
Floyd in the cave. Floyd in the cave. Oh my god. Floyd in the cave.
Over in Louisville, Floyd's 22-year-old brother, Homer, he gets a phone call.
Hello? I see. My brother. He's trapped in a cave? I'm on my way.
Homer jumps on a coach and makes his way to Floyd's cave. Homer struts up to the scene. He walks past the growing crowd of unhelpful onlookers and makes a beeline for the cave to save his brother. In he goes, down the chute, through the narrowing passages, down on his hands and knees towards the turnaround room. And when he arrives, he does not hesitate. He squeezes into the hole.
Bro. W. Oh my god. No hesitation, walked right in there, said, I got it. I'm gonna believe he doesn't got it, but it's the thought that counts.
Scrambles his way through to the ledge on the other side. He sees Floyd below and slides down to meet him.
Floyd!
Sup?
Right, probably wasn't that casual.
Oh, thank God you're here.
Homer took a moment to shine his light around the area and assess the situation. It was not good. This rock formation is going to prove almost impossible to work around. Alright, so let's have a look. Floyd is here. The rock is here, pinning his ankle. He's surrounded by rubble, and
bro, just like this, like without all the other stuff, like the fact he has to like climb up backwards, like push himself up, then
there's a pocket of gravel above him ready to fall. However, because this opening is so small, there are only two viable ways of reaching Floyd and that gravel. Option 1, the most obvious, feet first. But if you do this, you have to kind of squat, and your own torso obstructs access to the rubble. Otherwise, option 2, come...
No. No. He better not go head first. No.
Down head first. That will give you better access, but you're trying to move hundreds of pounds of gravel upside down. Worse yet, there's barely an inch around Collins on either side, so good luck getting your arm down near Floyd's ankle to actually free him from the wedged rock. Homer whips around and yells,
Quickly, some food and drink!
They send it through. But first, Homer gives Floyd a liter of coffee to warm him up. Then, as many sausage sandwiches as he can stomach. He manages to down 9 of them. Dietary advice has changed since the 1920s.
Feeling better?
Much better.
Then Homer went to task. He began removing rocks and gravel, tiny scoop at a time, with the help of an old syrup can.
Is that it? Is that the can itself? The main character? Bro, but he's
For the
a
next
W
8
brother, bro.
hours,
He really
toiled,
came through.
First with hands, then, once enough was cleared, using a crowbar to scoop behind his brother, scraping away sharp protrusions as he went. It was slow progress. Virtually futile. While holding up his body weight with one arm, he would have to use the other to scoop away gravel. Then watch as new gravel would suddenly fall from above and undo all the work. Homer stayed for as long as he could, but after several hours, he was ragged. His teeth chattered uncontrollably, his lungs choked with dust, and the skin on his fingers shredded from the rubble. However, something new. By the time Homer reached outside, he was surprised to see a mob of approximately 100 men and women standing around, drinking, squabbling, and talking big game about how they too were going to save Floyd. The press was also present to help people gawk from afar. Homer shunned them all and rested up in a small tent in front of the cave. Strangers immediately crowded around him to ask innocent but, frankly, frustrating questions, and offer unsolicited, obvious advice, as well as wildly impractical solutions. Listen, you just have to untie his shoes. Free the foot, free the man, right, fellas?
No. Let's hire a contortionist. We get a hammer and a chisel. We'll have him back by supper.
Ah, we should jerk him off, right, guys? Alright, I made that third guy up. But you get the idea. A lot of these guys are drunk, by the way, so the discussions very quickly went from 0 to 100. Hey, new idea. How about dynamite? We'll simply blow him out. One group formed, insisting it was a great idea, and another saying, no, the explosion will kill him, and the weight of the new rocks will surely crush him. They shouted at each other for a while, until someone suggested, hey, how about gas torches? We can use a set of...
I just got given a deer skull with the antlers still on it. Gift from mom. Like an actual deer skull? Y'all get some weird
colleen torches to cut through the rock and make the hole bigger. No. That'll cook him, or the gas will fill the cave and kill everyone inside. They fought over that too.
Okay, so technically, building off of that one guy said, if we get him a gas mask, the gas can't kill him. And then you cut the rock. No. you give him a gas mask and you burn around his neck. That way you can take the head out and then you take the parts out separately and then you put them back together on the outside.
But by far the most common suggestion was to simply cut off the foot. Never mind that the foot itself was unreachable, and never mind that he'd lose so much blood he might not make it back to the surface, and never minding even more that Floyd was strongly reluctant to the idea.
Whatever you do, don't cut my foot off.
Homer could have easily ignored all of this pointless.
She saw the antlers in the ground at work and she pulled it out. There was a skull. You don't know. You're not a doctor, I don't think. You don't know about that. I think so.
Bickering, except that not one of them would just brave the damn cave and continue shoveling away the gravel. The formula was always the same.
They all want to watch, but the bro want to do the work.
Bold, fearless men would strut into the cave with sandwiches and blankets, then reach the turnaround room and immediately lose their nerve, then dump it all outside of the hole, and then return back outside and go, oh, absolutely. No, he says, thanks for the food. Thank you so much. Yum, yum. No one would go through that squeeze. Dozens more men would try. All of them would fail.
Yeah, man, I don't know if I can do it, man. I don't know if I
February 2nd, 9 a.m.
Unless I go someone
So
I really
far,
wanted to save,
Homer
I
has
don't
been
think I could do
the
it.
only person who has been face to face with Floyd, and that would continue to be true until here we are at the Louisville Courier. There's a spirited young newshawk named William Miller. He's talking to his boss, and he's trying to convince him that it's a great idea for him to cover the story of the man trapped in the cave.
Listen up, boss. I'm hearing talk of a man in a cave. He's stuck down there, and I want to get down there too. Get to the nitty-gritty, you hear?
This is an opportunity for some good PR, Miller. I'm in. But I want us to sponsor that rescue. Picture this. Man saved from cave by Louisville Courier, the finest newspaper in the state. That'll drum up plenty of interest.
24-carat idea, boss. I'll make it happen. I'll get down there toot sweet.
So off Miller goes to Floyd's cave.
I really don't watch the Internet Historian, but this is
Back over at the cave, Homer is sitting outside trying to recuperate. As Miller wanders up, Homer is not interested in giving an interview. He wants someone to help. So as Miller asks questions, Homer tries his best to show contempt.
Sure.
Frustrated, Homer bluntly says,
Listen, you want more information? The hole's right behind me. Why don't you go take a look yourself?
Miller thinks for a moment, then says, yeah, all right. He grabs a lantern and crouches down to enter the cave. As he walked, cold water filled his shoes. He was stepping in newly formed puddles. That water is coming from the inside of the cave as the temperature slowly increases and the frost inside melts. The stable environment of the cave is starting to change.
Like, someone tells me they're not going to save him, but I still want them to save him. You know what I mean? Like, I just want him to, like, get out, bro. But I know that that just can't be the case. What again, I don't know.
This thanks in no small part to the growing crowd of gawkers. To stay warm, they were building fires and hanging around the entrance of the cave to shelter from the elements. But nonetheless, Miller presses on, and all that's left is that final squeeze, and he's there. He stops. He takes a moment and decides to call out to Floyd.
Floyd!
Hearing there is someone on the other side, he feels ashamed not to try. Into the dark he went, through the 9-inch squeeze.
He did it,
The
man.
crystal gypsum cuts into his elbows and tugs at his clothes. He gets snagged. He's spluttering through the pools of muddy water. He stops, collects himself, and pushes on. He can barely inhale. If he gets stuck in here, he can only hope that someone else can come in from behind and pull him out by the legs. But eventually, he makes it through. Fantastic. He is now on his belly, looking down at Floyd.
Think about going in that, like, tiny hole and then going down a hole head first and then coming back up backwards and then having to push yourself back to that tiny hole, move yourself. It's just all bad.
He sat right next to Floyd, ready to interview him. But Floyd didn't really answer any of his questions. At the moment, he is sitting in a pool of water that is 12 degrees, slowly sapping his body temperature. He is dying from exposure. The cold is diminishing Floyd's mental faculties, and he can barely make sentences. There's nothing Miller can do, so he hurriedly turns around. He worked his way back through the squeeze, past the turnaround room, and out into the daylight. Homer turns to Miller. Proof that he had made it all the way to Floyd is soaked onto his mud-stained clothes. No longer frustrated with the young reporter, instead, he excitedly runs over to him.
You and me. Together, we can get Floyd out of there.
Now, there were two people who could help rescue Floyd.
It's such a nice story so far. I mean, besides the whole getting trapped in the hole.
Now, helping with the rescue was not the only thing that Miller did for Floyd. Perhaps even more crucially, his reporting was responsible for turning Floyd into a nationwide story. Miller took interviews, relayed first-person accounts, and would spend many hours with Floyd himself in that cave. He gave an insight into the story that only a first-person account could, and in turn, gave the public a figure who they would deeply relate to. Updates to the story would be printed in over 1,000 local and national newspapers. You couldn't escape it. It was also the era when radio became a regular feature for regular Americans. Radio allowed something new: hourly updates, letting people get engrossed into the story. So, mostly thanks to Miller, the story of Floyd over the next week would grow and grow. And everybody wanted to know, will this man make it? Back outside the cave, someone new entered the story. Robert Burton. He would become the third man to reach Floyd, a firefighter from Louisville. Thin-framed, but muscular. He got scratched up pretty good and soaked by the pooling water. But he made it through with little fuss, and he confidently lowered himself down
I don't know any of the
to
other guys
Floyd's
besides the
position.
Wendigoon.
It was not an optimistic sight. Floyd's condition was deteriorating.
Well, we've got a heck of a problem here, but I think I can get you out with a rope.
Floyd nods in approval.
Go on.
We might just pull your bloody leg off.
Just pull my leg off then. Get me out of here.
Burton returned to the surface and faced the crowd. He announced,
We will attempt a rope pull.
I don't know if that's a good idea. You're just gonna tear his foot off.
Yeah, hold on. What about the sharp rocks? Rake him through all that and there'll barely be a body left to bring to the surface. A physician stepped forward with authority. The ligaments in the foot are strong, but if you pull on the torso without a harness, all you'll likely do is tear his internal organs. But Floyd is dying of exposure down there. The situation is becoming desperate. Burton put caution to the side.
The time for strategy is over.
The first TikTok.
Now we try brute force.
I can't imagine being in that puddle, man. I cannot imagine being in this situation.
Floyd, we're here. We're gonna get you out of here.
After 79 hours in the cold water, he is delirious, fading in and out of consciousness.
I'm gonna put the special harness around you. Burton and Miller, they're here too. We got 3 more boys right up the cave, and they're all ready to pull as hard as they can to get you out of here.
Floyd was frightened.
I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna hurt.
No one knew quite how this would go. Floyd was given some food, some coffee, a large swig of whiskey, and a sedative. That sedative would keep him calm if his ankle bone is snapped or the skin on his foot is peeled off. Floyd took the opportunity to appreciate being surrounded by friends and family.
Go on. Do it.
All right, strap him up.
Homer attached a harness. He ties on the rope. Miller gives the signal,
Ready?
Burden gives the final all clear.
Ready?
Everybody braced for the tug of war. Cave versus man. The winner gets Floyd.
3, 2,
Hit him by the still like hour some time mark.
Pull!
The force of 6 men pulled against the clutches of the cave. Floyd began to scream. His body was being pulled up from the rubble. The gravel was beginning to shift. Burden's calls echo through the cave.
Pull harder!
Floyd screamed harder as well. All right, so Floyd is trapped laying down like this. But the pulling of the rope wrenches him up like this. His torso was being compressed and bent against the ceiling of the trap. It would kill him. Floyd's screaming intensified, and through gasps was begging them to stop. But it did not stop. The agony.
After a few good days stuck in that cave soaked in cold water, you can bring a... Bro. Where's the indomitable human spirit? The fuck hatched. I've been hatched. I knew what you meant. We locked in. I knew what you meant. Bro. Honestly, I can see what at some point you just be like, bro, just end it. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do it. Cause that doesn't mean like you can't even like do it yourself. That'd be someone that would have to come in there and be like, sorry, bro. You know, I don't know if I'm that guy.
Agony continued, on and on, with no progress.
Enough! Enough! You guys are killing him!
Homer quickly spun around and started pulling against the other men. He threw his legs onto the rocks and propelled himself backwards. 1 man versus 5.
I said stop!
Coursing with adrenaline, he pulled the rope free from their clasp. The tug of war was over.
Big body. Oh my god. Bro said a 1B pipe? That ain't nothing for my bro. I got that. I robbed you, gang. And he did that. He robbed him.
The cave had won. Floyd fell back down.
Real.
Homer, Miller, Burden, and the other 3 men were flat on their backs, panting for breath. The cave would not let this man go. The futility of the situation sank in, and all they could do was leave for now and rest. Outside, the number of spectators had increased to 200. They buzzed and asked useless questions, and Homer walked dejectedly past them. He sat by thinking what he could do. The cause seemed hopeless.
Homer?
Then, someone showed up who could turn things around. He looked up to see a childhood friend of both his and Floyd's, Johnny Gerald. He was just
Johnny,
the man for the job. He was an experienced caver, and he was an experienced cave-trapped person rescuer.
All right.
What a convenient job.
Let me go see him. Well, look who it is.
Floyd perked up immediately, thrilled to see Gerald. The sparkle from Floyd's gold tooth could be seen in his smile.
All right, let's see what we can do.
Gerald jumped down. And then, for the next 3 hours, Gerald went back to the original plan of digging away the rocks. His stamina was good, and progress was surprisingly good as well. For several more hours, he continued, just moving stone after stone. New one would fall in its place, and he'd move that one too. By midnight, he had enough room to shift position and clear...
I mean, like, what if you move enough, wouldn't that kind of like diminish the amount in the reserve? Excuse me, thank you. Wouldn't that, like, if you just keep taking it out, wouldn't it just, like, eventually you won't get any new ones?
Some of the gravel that was at each side of Floyd's body. Gerald would spend several more hours scooping.
And
it
Gerald,
worked.
bro.
Slowly, more and more of Floyd's body was coming free from the rubble. The lower shoulders, his chest, even his hips and thighs.
You know what? I hope that you get the job, and I hope I never see you work. All right? I hope that we just keep those things mutually exclusive.
It was incredible progress, but Gerald wasn't done yet. He kept going until practically all of the rubble, except a few harder to reach piles down by his legs, remained. The relief from the weight made it significantly easier for Floyd to breathe and flex his limbs. Over the course of those few hours, Gerald managed to scoop away more than 1,000 pounds of debris. But there was still a lot more to go.
Gerald's
and
him,
that
bro.
rock by
Timothy.
Floyd's foot was still holding him in place. By 2 a.m., Gerald was spent. He needed rest, and he was ready to head back outside.
Floyd, tomorrow, you're gonna be a free man.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, bro. It was a nice idea, but...
Now here you might think that things will become straightforward. They did not. Now that space had been cleared, Burden became convinced that if he could get down that passage again, he could free Floyd with another rope pull, fate deciding with both feet or just one. So Burden marches up to the cave once again, but when he tried to enter, they shoved him in the other direction. The crowd was acting as a sort of phalanx, and anyone who tried to get in was told to get lost.
Okay, have a good night.
They had been specifically instructed to not let anyone in, and they were especially opposed to Burden making another rope pull after word spread about the disaster of the first attempt. He tried to reason with them.
Let me try the rope pull again. It'll work this time.
But they would not hear it.
Oof. I wonder why he's trying so hard to use this rope pull.
Of the 3 other people who could reach him, Gerald and Homer are out exhausted and sick, which leaves only Miller, who is tied up with work. With Burden barred from entering, Floyd was left on his own, wondering why it was that no one would visit him.
Hello?
Damn.
Is anyone there? Help.
That has to be terrifying, bro. To not know if you're about to make it or not.
Now, the work Miller was doing was handing over reports to his boss about Sand Cave. Those reports would be fed through the news grapevine to the Associated Press, and the Associated Press would send that out to its very large affiliate network. The word was spreading about Floyd. By afternoon, Miller was done with his work and he hurried back to the cave. So he gets inside and, his eyes didn't have to work half as hard to adjust to the dark. Someone had installed electric lights from the entrance right all the way down to Floyd. Miller popped down to the lower level.
Ah, Floyd! Fancy seeing you here, buddy!
When Miller reached Floyd, he took the final bulb and attached it to his collar to keep him warm. Then, reusing that syrup tin, he started offloading gravel into buckets. Those buckets were then passed up and down the cabin, like an assembly line. And so it went on for the next few hours.
Come on, bro.
Until he was too tired.
He has to get out, bro. He has to get out.
Miller then took some time to have a bit of a one-on-one with Floyd. He said, you know, there are a lot of people in the news that are reading about you and have you in their prayers. Is there anything you want me to relay to them? Floyd had been in that cave for over 100 hours now, and seeing everyone working together, Floyd was overcome with a sense of hope and relief. Floyd wanted to pass on a message. Here is what he is quoted in the newspaper.
I believed I would go to heaven. I can feel that I'm to be taken out alive and with both my feet. I kept thinking, what would happen if the rock above me would fall? It caused me to shudder. I kept thinking to drive my mind to something else, but it wasn't much use. I couldn't do much to help those who came to help me, but I knew that a lot of people were willing to do all in their power. It gave me courage. Tuesday morning I thought to myself, 4 days down here, and no nearer freedom than I was on the first day. How will it end? Will I get out? I couldn't think of it.
See, I want him to live, and it looks so good for him, and then he says shit like that. Like that's some Marvel trailer bullshit that lets you know that character ain't making out this movie. And right now, it ain't looking good for him, man.
I have faced death before. It doesn't frighten me, but it is so long.
Pause.
Tell
My
them
bad.
I am not going to give up. Tell them I'm going to fight and be patient and never forget them.
Damn.
Meanwhile, news of the incident kept growing. The entire country was captivated by Floyd's story. Crowds huddled around newspaper stands each morning and afternoon, waiting to get any new drips of information. It became a water cooler topic. Did you catch the latest episode of Game of Caves? He had the prayer power of practically every church in the county. Even the upper echelons of government were keeping tabs on Floyd. Congress halted session to get their little updates, and even the president, Calvin Coolidge, took a glancing interest. By the end, the Floyd Collins incident would explode into the third largest non-political story between World War I and World War II. All of this excitement brought an inundation of people to Cave City. Old population, 690. Yawn. New population, 10,000. The bank vaults ran empty as people withdrew cash to spend around town, but they wouldn't have much to spend it on because restaurants didn't even have enough stock to feed all the new customers. Practically every hotel room in the county was taken, so residents capitalized with a 1920s version of Airbnb and charged outrageous fees to offer places to sleep on their bedroom floor or in mattress-lined bathtubs. And 4,500 automobiles impatiently sat backed up for 2 miles from 20 different states to drive onto the Collins farm, churning up all the pristine green fields with their tires and turning them into brown muck paddocks. Deep below all those tourists, there's Miller, trying to free Floyd. Alright, a little bit of setup. Floyd, Miller, some remaining rubble, rock. For anyone to lift the rock by hand would be impossible because Floyd's body obstructs the hole. Miller grabs a crowbar and shoves it through the gap. Now he's going to lever it off Floyd's foot. Cool. The crowbar is now primed in place.
This makes sense.
Next, he takes a jack. He positions it on top of the crowbar so that it will be forced against the ceiling. However, problem. That jack is too big. It doesn't fit. Miller yells up the tunnel for a smaller one, but this took some time. And when it arrived, too small. Won't reach the ceiling. But instead of sending for another one...
What in the Goldilocks fuck? Why?
Miller takes 2 blocks of wood and bolsters them underneath the crowbar. Right, so the crowbar now sits higher, it fulcrums against the blocks, and the jack is sitting on top. All Miller has to do is expand the jack, which he will do using this spanner, holding it at the very tips of his fingers. Sounds easy. It's not. But that's the plan. Let's get him out of there.
Come on, bro.
He turned the wrench, the jack expanded, and the crowbar took strain. The whole thing slid apart with a pang. Floyd wasn't hurt, but Miller was contorting and exerting his whole body from back to fingertip. They tried again. Same result. Undeterred, Miller caught his breath and gave it another shot.
You know what he should have done, bro? He should have, like, combined those wood blocks into one, like, nailing that shit, or, like, something, right? And then, I don't know, bro. I'm not an engineer. I just want this man to live, bro. I just want this man to make it out alive.
He slowly turned the jack. Pressure building. And this time, Miller could feel the rock move. It bloody moved. He kept turning the wrench and the rock moved a little more. His hands were shaking, knees weak, his arms are heavy.
My God.
Pang. One of the wood blocks flew out. It all scattered apart. The rock painfully slammed back down on Colin's foot.
You'll get it next time, Miller. Try again.
Miller kept on trying. Countless attempts. He kept pushing himself deeper into the trap, finding new...
You know what I would have done? I would have had someone build me like a special tool specifically for this, right? So I could like pull it down and then like manually like, you know, hold it. You know, it's like a longer crowbar. I don't know how it should work.
Approaches.
So that makes
Damn
sense
the
to me.
blocks. No, try the blocks again. Clear some more rubble. Floyd, unable to help physically, is supporting him in spirit at least, cheering him on. Yay. And Miller kept going and going and going until he had nothing left. For the next 4 hours he tried. No progress. Miller was exhausted. He couldn't do this on his own, but he was the only one slim enough to get in through the gap. The group decided to concede for now and return to the surface. They would take just a small break, but it looked to everyone like there was a clear way to get this man out. So Miller and Burden crawled back through the mud and the wines of the cave. As they made their way through, the cave was visibly sagging. The ceiling seemed lower. Parts were harder to navigate than before, doubly so with their bruised and rock-shredded hands. They stepped outside and took in the fresh country air. But as their eyes adjusted to the light, they saw something new. A man named Henry Carmichael was standing in front of a sizable crowd of engineers in hard hats and soldiers in military uniform. Now,
Come on,
Henry
bro.
is the
Yeah,
superintendent
I
of the
have to get him out.
Kentucky
I have
Rock
to get him out.
Asphalt Company. The engineers are his employees, and the men in military garb are the National Guard. Now, Carmichael has been quietly looking at the situation from afar, and he is thoroughly unimpressed. This is no rescue operation. Once Miller and Co. call it quits, Carmichael had 2 of his employees do a proper survey of the cave and see if it was suitable to bring in his whole team of men. The 2 surveyors go in. As the passage led down to Floyd, it was showing alarming signs of deterioration. You could see the splitting of the rock above. Boards were slipping out of place or splintering. Small rocks tumbled down the walls. They soon came back with a report. It was not good. All right, so the following is a recounting of events from one of Carmichael's men, Casey Jones. Casey and another worker spent about an hour in the cave, surveying its condition, looking at the boards, the ceiling, the stability of the walls. Casey continued deeper towards Floyd. He was fighting against his nerves. The shifting of the rock pinged his every instinct to flee. But he could hear Floyd calling out for help in the distance. Summoning all of his courage, he pushed himself on, through the final squeeze and over the ledge that looked down on Floyd. Rubble continued to drop from the ceiling, bouncing all around him. The ceiling felt closer to him than it was before, but maybe that was just the dark playing tricks?
Please, come down. I can't right now, Floyd, but I will when I get back.
Now, Casey is being pulled in 2 directions.
No,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. From
Let's
the
get out of
turtles.
here already.
Please, I'm so thirsty.
Okay.
Casey climbed down next to Floyd.
Quick, drink,
said Casey as he tried to pour some coffee into Floyd's mouth. But Floyd turned his head and kept his lips pursed. The rocks were falling at a faster rate now, the loud cracking out above, sounding like thunder. In that moment, Casey realized what was happening. Floyd was not really asking for a drink. Floyd knew that a cave-in was inevitable. Scared and approaching his 5th day trapped, he was completely at his wit's end. He knew he was about to be trapped in that cave, and he didn't want to be trapped alone.
I'd be damned. He said, gotcha.
For God's sake, Casey, come on. You're gonna get us killed.
Stay with me, please. Don't leave.
Casey quickly turned away and scrambled back up the ledge. He made his way back through the final squeeze, his limbs scrambling against the cave walls. It seemed as if everything around him was shrinking. He made it out, and he joined his co-worker. They both turned around and watched on in horror as the yellow of the bowl was being swallowed by the dark. Rubble fell fast and heavy until no light could be seen at all. Rocks blocked out Floyd's panicked cries. The one route to Floyd was now sealed shut, a tomb of rock and dust. It's morning. Burden and Miller jump out of their tents, ready for the day. They're feeling optimistic. Today will be the day that they get Floyd out of there. And they're packing some new tools to help them with the job. Wire to wrap around the wooden blocks, that'll stop them from slipping. And a blowtorch to carve away some of the rock, make the hole a bit bigger. But when Miller got to the turnaround room, all of that optimism left him. The entrance to the squeeze was now just a pile of debris. Miller froze, staring at it for a long while. Then he sighed and did the only thing he could think. Make an opening through that rubble.
He's him. Oh my God. Mind you, he don't even know him like that. He's a reporter from all the way over there. And he said, I started it, I'm gonna see it to the end. And
But the more he raked away, the more fell in its place. It was never-ending. He persisted, ignoring the danger around him. Thud. A large piece of debris landed on him. Luckily, it was only dried clay. He is uninjured. But recognizing the danger, Miller returned to the surface. 15 minutes later, he emerged from the cave with a bloodied-up nose and bruises down his back and shoulders. Burden caught sight and races over to him. Miller just says, "For God's sake, don't let anyone go back in there." Miller leaves the site. Burden doesn't know what to do. Over at the house, Homer is terribly ill and out of action, and that just leaves Gerald. Now he comes marching up when he hears the news, and he is livid. He told the crowds to keep away or the whole thing would cave in, and they didn't listen. Then exactly that thing happened. And what were they supposed to do now? The rest of the day was spent squabbling and bickering over who was to blame. "You caused the cave-in." "No, you caused the cave-in."
Oh, cave your bloody head in, mate!
And Floyd spent the rest of that day alone.
Damn, bro.
The surveyors continued checking the cave throughout the day. At 6 p.m., Carmichael had ordered everyone to an assembly. Gerald took the floor. He was going to give this one last shot. Gerald addressed the crowd.
Listen up. There's death down there. The walls and ceilings are crumbling. Unless you're determined to take the biggest chance you ever took in your life, tell me now and stay outside.
Next, they told all the Gawkers to get the hell out of the cave. Clear off. And so, Gerald went in and out of that cave half a dozen times, working away at the rubble, blocking access to Floyd, leaving only when he suspected another cave-in or to get food and water. Men on the sidelines were supplying new timber. A group of men helped Gerald to prop up the ceiling and guard against further collapse. Gerald toiled away at the pile, eager to reach his friend. He worked steadily, mindful of the danger poised right above him. Bit by bit, he reduced that pile until a light. He called out, yelling updates through the hole.
Bad news. We can't reach you. But hold on. We're coming.
Gerald continued. The pile got smaller still. The gap was large enough now that Gerald thought he might be able to fit.
Okay, that's enough. Floyd, I'm going for now. But when I get back, I'm gonna get you out of there.
Gerald scrambled back out the cave, over to the men, and through panted breaths he said,
"Gather the equipment, and in an hour's time, it's gonna be me and Floyd coming out of that cave."
Come on, just save him, bro.
Gerald entered Sand Cave for his final time. The walls had been reinforced, but mud and water was accumulating everywhere. He waded through it and pressed on past the danger of the sagging ceiling. With determination on his face and a grease gun clutched in his right hand, he scrambled towards Floyd. But before the final squeeze, he stopped. It was all gone. Another cave-in, even worse than the first. He thought about how he could have been on the other side of that rubble. His mind raced, weighing out what to do. He shouted,
"Floyd!"
As a not-so-subtle reminder of the danger he was in, a rock fell from the ceiling and cracked Gerald across the head. Luckily, just a small one. He felt around for blood and kept shouting,
"Floyd!"
He could definitely hear a voice, but it was faint. Gerald was scared that this was Floyd's last shot at rescue, and he threw himself against the pile and pulled it away with finger and nail, launching the debris behind him with force, tearing at the pile like a man on fire. Dust bellowed, rocks flew, and he kept shouting out for Floyd as he went.
Floyd!
Until finally, the cave had had enough. It let loose a large, jagged rock aimed straight at Gerald, striking him on his back. Gerald stumbled out of that cave, injured and defeated. Only after the cave-ins did they start to think about all of the things that they could have done.
Wait, why didn't we rig a portable telephone line? That would have been incredibly simple here in 1925.
Yeah, why have we been running in and out to deliver updates?
Why didn't we give him an AM radio? He could have had something to listen to and receive messages of support from the public.
Wait, why don't we rig up a tarpaulin so we could lift his torso up so he wouldn't be slowly dying of exposure?
Oh God, why didn't we run a feeding tube? That's also a technology we have in 1925.
All too late. Now what? The one route to get to Floyd is closed forever. That meant two options. Number one, capitulation. Surrender him to the cave. Or number two, dig down from directly above Floyd. Now, the prospect of digging from above seemed almost fanciful. At least, it did in the beginning. But luckily, they had some help. Owing to Miller's reporting, Floyd had become practically the most famous person in the country. The rescue had become a high priority for the governor of Kentucky. Lieutenant General Denhart enters the scene. He's been updated on the situation, and following shortly behind him is a small army of miners and engineers. He declared to the despondent crowd,
"Miners.
Gentlemen, I am here on behalf of the governor. The purse strings of Kentucky are open. Take this blank check and bring that man out alive." Floyd, in that cold, wet confine, could not have imagined the scale of the operation that was going on 55 feet above him. Authorities assumed control of Colin's rescue. Denhart gave Carmichael control over the site, and Carmichael raced to get to work. Carmichael rallied up his men, his fleet of expensive high-tech machinery. Professional groups were brought in from all across the state. No longer was this the ad hoc effort of a few individuals. It was a professional and organized rescue. No more squabbling and standing around. Everyone knew what they had to do, and they were working as fast as they could. But just as hopes were rising, they were once again dashed against the rocks. They had all of this state-of-the-art machinery shipped in and assembled by the engineers and rearing to go. And it was all worthless. See, the problem is, the cave drew air into it. These diesel-powered engines pumped out enormous volumes of choking exhaust. Within a day's operation, the cave would be filled with carbon monoxide, and Floyd would be dead from asphyxiation. Just as quickly as solutions would arise, the cave would parry them away. It refused to let this man go. This useless machinery was now blocking the path to Floyd, which means they would have to spend the next couple of hours disassembling all of it and moving it away. Because they're about to dig a 55-foot pit the old-fashioned way.
Come on, y'all.
By
Y'all got
hand.
people. Y'all got this.
Carmichael's expertise was in quarries, but the principles transferred over to caving and digging holes. He did some quick back-of-the-envelope math. I've got 75 men. They can dig at 2 feet per hour, and we have to go 55 feet deep. That means we can get to those men in roughly 30 hours, give or take. Now, is it possible that Floyd could survive for another 30 hours? Absolutely. Let's go. 4 men started at great pace. The soil was soft and easy to dig. But as they got deeper, it became more difficult. The deeper the shaft, the narrower it became. Soon, instead of 4 men, they could only fit 2. Carmichael understood well that this was a race against time, so it was important that these 2 men were working at full capacity. Carmichael had a queue of men on the sidelines, poised to dig, and the moment that either of the 2 men in the hole slowed down, oi, they pulled them out and threw in a new one. Nonetheless, progress slowed the deeper they went. About a quarter of the way down, they reached rock, and one of the men would have to work a pickaxe, leaving only one to shovel. At this depth, rubble couldn't just be flung into a pile. They had to start loading it into buckets, which would have to be pulled to the surface on ropes. Then men outside were ready with wheelbarrows to cart that downfield. Time passed.
Come on, bro.
Hours passed.
I'm gonna cry if this man don't make it out.
Night
bro.
went to day. The day was hot. This was yet
He has
another
all the
problem,
chances to make
because
it.
it's early February, there's tons of ice still in the ground, and its exposure to the midday sun was causing it to become unstable, and the ground was becoming sodden as a result. Progress slowed once again, just half a foot per hour. There was little for Colin's friends and family to do, but watch the clock and pray. Interestingly, though, there were a lot of people on the sidelines. Floyd wouldn't have believed the scene above him. Practically everything but a Ferris wheel. Food stalls were set up to cash in on the crowds. Families and church groups picnicked in the fields. Despite prohibition, moonshiners showed up to sell jugs with all of those X's written on them. There was even a bloody juggler. I won't stop juggling till he's free. And Old Man Lee was there, walking around, shaking his jar, and soliciting donations. But where were Homer and Burden and Miller during all of this?
Facts.
Okay, let's back up a bit.
Probably in that cave.
People did not properly understand exactly how Floyd was trapped, and the news didn't help much either. So the obvious...
This actual diagram used had been simplified to the point of being totally wrong. Strong old newspaper weren't able to find any accurate diagrams published. Wait, what? Oh, been simplified. Okay, I see what you mean. So like the whole, like the way down. Okay.
This question started to arise. Why hasn't he been rescued yet? Just clear some gravel or pull a rope. How is this so hard? Motive was attributed.
I heard they didn't even want to have him rescued at all. I heard that they're doing all of this for publicity.
And Lee's activity of soliciting donations, remember from before, further inflamed rumors.
I bet Floyd isn't even trapped in there.
These were all real rumors, and they got worse.
You know what? I've heard he comes out at night, and then he just goes back in the morning.
Other rumors included...
I heard that after Floyd went into the cave, someone murdered him.
Others said...
I think they're withholding food and water from him so he dies.
This whole thing is a fraud.
How convenient when this happens we just watched Colleen Ballinger talk about toxic train, or again, whatever bullshit she was talking about.
It was harder and harder to ignore the hoax
Maybe she was on something.
claims.
Hold on.
Then, people started to form righteous mobs, claiming the whole thing was a fraud, and they started to get nasty. In fact, 2 people even went to the telegraph office and pretended to be Floyd sending telegrams to his mother, who, by the way, died several years ago. Here's what it said. Quote, "Please contradict statements that I am buried alive in Sand Cave. Stop. Tell mother I am all right. Stop. Am coming home. Stop. Floyd Collins." Naturally, the AP published these telegrams unquestioningly, and now word is out to the press that he isn't actually in the cave after all.
Sick, bro.
That made the
Sick.
authorities look foolish, and it could not go on. So, a hasty court-martial was arranged, and Homer, Miller, and Gerald were summoned. They hold one session on Monday and another on Tuesday. Lee and everyone else is cleared of charges, a retraction is written, and things carry on.
Okay, good. Okay, I thought you were about to say like
the men at the dig.
I thought you were about to say like they pulled everyone out of there, and it was like, you know what? He's not even in there. Everyone, get the fuck out.
Busy as ever.
I would've been
They
hot.
set
I
up
ain't gonna lie,
pumps
I
to
would've been
mitigate the water in the shaft. Men continued working in shifts and carrying away the earth. Here they are with strips of lumber to shore up the walls. They were just short of halfway, and their rate of clearing material had slowed to a mere 4 inches per hour. It was at that point Carmichael went, "Yeah, okay, sod the cavers, try the dynamite." But it hardly made a dent, and it risked causing the shaft to collapse. But despite all of these challenges, there was an optimism in the air, because everyone was keen for their turn to dig. And because they had one more thing to latch onto. He is...
Bro, put me in that cave. I'm taking that pickaxe. I'm putting efficiency 2 on it. I'm in there.
Probably still alive. Now, how do they know that? Okay, so remember that light bulb around Floyd's neck? Well, it's powered by a simple copper wire. Bare copper wire is subject to very minute fluctuations in resistance. So, an engineer rigs up a radio amplifier to this wire to read the current and see those small fluctuations. There they were. About 20 per minute, the rate of steady breathing. As his chest expands and contracts, they can read it from this device.
So they got
And
like
so
one of them.
they kept going.
Heart monitors. They got like a heart monitor on.
And going. And going. 30 hours was the original estimate. Now 144 hours had come and gone, and they were only at 44 feet. Then rain fell.
Damn.
Rain that mixed with dirt to make mud, much of which then froze to make ice. Ice which expanded and damaged the integrity of the shaft walls. Slowing down with every hour, they continued. Many more hours passed, and they were getting close. But it was now 15 days since Floyd was first stuck in that cave, and people had mostly lost hope. That excitement in the newspapers was tempering down. Visitors began clearing out from Cave City.
Oh, fuck 'em.
Many still held on to hope, but their final lifeline, that light bulb, had burnt out. And it wasn't possible to do any more readings on the radio amplifier without it. No one knew if Floyd was still alive.
Come on, bro. Come on. You're
Another
right there.
51 hours would pass.
I thought that shit was 55 feet. Why are we at 59? Did that shit grow? Like, did that shit digivolve? What the fuck?
Us before finally they reached the 60-foot depth.
I'm in. Chisel.
A chisel is handed down at 1:30 p.m. on Monday, February 16th. Sand Cave would open once again. Floyd had been pinned in that cave for 17 days. 12 spent without food, survivable. 12 without water, likely not survivable. The light bulb, a vital source of warmth, burned out 4 days ago. But maybe the moisture from the dripping of the cave walls provided him with some sustenance? There are stories of people surviving harsher extremes. A few final rocks were moved to allow Ed Brenner to squeeze in. Everybody stood by, absolutely silent, peering into that hole. Ed scanned the opening with his flashlight, listening carefully for movement. Then, head first, he worked his way in. The flashlight reflected dimly off the rock walls, but then caught the reflection of something gold. That golden flicker was not the light bulb. It was the glistening of light reflecting off a gold tooth. His mouth hung open. Floyd was dead. Brenner was helped out of the cave and he delivered the news.
Dead.
A coroner would later state that Floyd succumbed to exposure and that they had missed him by just 3 days, about the same time that the light bulb had gone out. When the light bulb went out, so too did his one source of warmth. If it had held out, Collins might have as well. But what would they do now with the body? The shaft walls were ready to fall inwards, and risking lives to remove a corpse was seen as just irresponsible. So it was decided by the authorities. Floyd will stay in that cave. Now this did not sit well with the family, but what could they do? The next day, they planned the funeral. The town emptied of people, and the shaft, with Floyd at the bottom, was filled back in. But that's not quite the end of the story. But if you hung on for this long, keep holding on, because things are going to continue to get interesting. But first, let me do a wrap-up of where everyone is and all that stuff. Context. The Collins family already had financial hardship. Lee Collins wasn't able to raise much money from the donations. After the crowds cleared, he was seen searching the site, scanning for empty bottles that he could resell. But the owner of the land, B. Doyle, and supposed friend of Floyd, was wholly unsympathetic. He put up a sign that said, "Floyd's dead body, right this way. Come on now, take a look, only 50 cents a gander." It's 100 years later, B's dead. Let's call it even. Also, remember those claims of Kentucky being an open purse? Well, the state reneged on the deal. They refused to pay many of the rescuers, and most of them went home without the promised pay, many having sacrificed a week's worth of wages from missing their regular work. Some of them did make some money out of the situation, though. They signed on to a type of touring theatre called vaudeville. They roamed the country, telling their personal stories of their attempted rescue. Miller received the best offer out of anyone, however. How about 50 grand to do the Chautauqua lecture circuit? It'll be worth nearly $1 million in 2023 money. He declined. He stayed loyal to the Louisville Courier, continuing his work there for several more years. Although, a bit of a perk, he won the 1926 Pulitzer Prize for his reporting on Floyd Collins. Okay, so back to the brother, Homer. He needed money and he agreed to do that vaudeville circuit. He stood on stage and shared with the crowd stories about growing up with his brother, Floyd, and detailing out the tragedy. But Homer made it known why he was up here on stage trying to get money. He had a mission.
I kept thinking of Floyd lying in the muck, where he had suffered beyond our power to imagine. I would never have peace of mind if he remained there.
He wanted the money to dig Floyd up and get him out of that cave. A couple of months later, he had it. Alright, so back to Floyd. April 17th, 1925. Homer and a team of excavators. They began to dig. Within a week, they had arrived at Floyd. But instead of coming down the same passage near Floyd's head, they approached from the other side where his foot was. It allowed them to remove the rock that trapped him in place. They lifted him up from his tomb and laid him down on the fresh air above.
Shout out his brother, bro. Shout him out, bro. Bro not only went in and tried to save him till his health was in danger, he went in to get the body.
A couple of days later, Floyd was given an honored place at the family cemetery, next to his mother. A stalagmite was taken from Sand Cave, carved with his name, and used as a headstone. And there he lay. No, that's not actually where it ends. Okay, this is where it gets weird. 2 years later, 1927, the Collins family's finances hadn't much improved. A dentist, Harry B. Thomas, walked up to the property and made Lee an offer. Sell this property to me, and I will give you $10,000. Now, Homer begged him not to, because at the time, the government was starting to buy up tons of land in the area and turn it into national parks. They had to pay at a very competitive rate. But Lee was becoming a bit old and senile by this point, and frankly, it's doubtful that he cared about Homer or Floyd or anyone else for that matter. It's 100 years later, he's dead now, let's call it even. So, the point is, in this land sale with Thomas, Lee agreed to a very odd clause. And that clause said, everything on that property belongs to Thomas. And should he wish, for example, to exhume a dead body and re-embalm it and put it on display in something really tacky like a glass coffin inside a cave, maybe, then that would be his prerogative. Lee signed yes. And Thomas did exactly that. Doyle made Floyd's corpse a tourist attraction. That's right. 2 bits a gander, come and wonder at the incredible dead man who died in a cave. But to add insult to injury, it worked. visitors returned to Sand Cave to gawk morbidly at Floyd. Within a few months, Thomas had turned Lee's failing farm into a successful business. The Collins family, naturally, is appalled by the situation, and they immediately object. They try a number of times to get Floyd returned to them, including through the legal system. But somehow, incredibly, the judge ruled in Thomas's favor. And so, there he lay, for the next 2 years. The cave was not done with Floyd. Until someone hatched a plan. 2 years later, it's midnight, outside Sand Cave. Footsteps can be heard rustling through the brush. Now, we don't know who these two men are, but we know why they are here. To rob a grave. They sneak inside and clamber over the rocks in the darkness. Reaching Floyd's casket, they undo the latch and throw open the lid. There is his shriveled body. They throw him in a gunny sack, and they race off into the night. For 800 yards they carry dear Floyd, like a couple of sweaty Santas about to deliver a really terrible Christmas present. Panting, out of breath, knowing that they're going to get caught any minute, they reach the Kentucky Green River hillside. There's no time. With a 1, 2, 3, they launch his body towards the river, and Floyd goes sailing into the air, up, up, into the starlit beyond, and landing in a bush. Oh, God. The two men flee from the scene. Now, the next morning, Thomas notices that the body of Floyd is somewhat missing, and he contacts the authorities. The police come, they dust the casket for fingerprints, and bloodhounds are given Floyd's scent and let loose into the hillside. A few hours later, they manage to find him, splayed out in a big shrub down by the river. But this time, with a leg missing, that same one that was trapped under the rock. So, despite his protests, it had been amputated. Neither the leg nor the culprits were ever found. And while it would be nice to think that this was some well-intentioned duo that did this out of the kindness of their hearts to free Floyd, it's much more likely that it was an act of vandalism because Floyd was simply too much of a hot tourist attraction. The following day, Floyd was cast back into the cave, back into his box, and it was covered by a metal lid, surrounded by a metal chain, and locked with a padlock. He was now more trapped than he had ever been. This cave had spun fate once again to make sure that its victim would never leave. And so, time passed. Floyd's body would continue to decay. The rot from his body would eventually rot the casket too, and every decade or so, it would need to be replaced. A few years later, he was no longer on display, but even then, he remained in that box for many more years. By 1989, Floyd's Cave was purchased by Mammoth Cave National Park, and it was closed to the public. There would be no more visitors. The entrance itself to Floyd's Cave was closed with a steel gate and bolted, then welded shut. But the Collins family never gave up objecting to Collins' body being left in the cave. And here is where the story ends. In 1989, at the Collins' request, the National Park Service ventured into Floyd's Cave. Continuing on a more than 60-year tradition, a team of people worked over the course of several days to remove him from the cave. They took him out, left the cave, locked it behind them, and laid Floyd to rest at the Mammoth Cave Baptist Church. Cemetery. After 64 years in Sand Cave, he is now finally at peace. The end. Thank you to Wendigoon as Floyd,
If you don't let me out, I'm going to hire a gang of hitmen to come to your house and kill your family.
So Mito.
I'm gonna be real. I don't even have any jokes right now, man. I don't even have any no funnies this time. That that was that was a rough one. Yeah, that was a rough one. Well, that would be the end of the stream today. Hope you guys have a great night, morning, or afternoon, whichever one is for you. Make sure you eat, sleep, and drink. You're fine, Elmo. This is what you get for sending me something that doesn't have a good ending. My fairy tale ending. I was hoping that he got out, everything was fine, the leg wasn't amputated, everything was just sunshine and rainbows. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, it got me at the end, man. I was really hoping that he was at least alive at that point, you know. But you know, that was rough. That was rough. Make sure you eat, sleep, and drink. I've been Simon Shogun. Good. Bye.